You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into...
Tiny House Live. Yes, yes, my friends, you have found us. You have found us. It's crazy in here. It's crazy in here, but here we are, Tiny House Live, Season 6. It's awfully noisy outside. I'm hoping to gain some structure here. I'm hoping to gain some control over the mob scene that's taking over Tiny House Live right now, high in the hills, high, I tell you, in the hills of Petticoat. This is your professor, wading through the issues, trying to bring my guest in tonight. He's out there somewhere. I've got security helping him right now out there. Let me check in with my security crew and see if they can get a comment from one of the ladies out there in this crowd. Big Bob News Bomb. Can you give me a report out there from the crowd, please?
Have you ever been this crazy about any other entertainer?
No, and that's what's so amazing. We don't know why we're like this.
They don't know why, Bob. They don't know why. Either way, I'm glad they're here. And now if you can escort my guest in here tonight, get him comfortable, help him through the crowd, Bob. Here he is now, my friends, joining us here on his return to Season 6 to Tiny House Live is my good friend, Eric Martin. Here he is. Come on in here. Get in here, man. Sit down quick. Before they find you. Jeez, put on your headphones.
Everybody wants to go to Tiny House.
Everybody's coming to Tiny House, inclling you tonight, my friend. Look at the crowd you've attracted out there. What in the world have you done to Tiny House?
All the kids are here.
All the kids are here. They're knocking on the doors out there, trying to.
Easy now.
Easy now.
Easy now. All your props are falling on the ground.
Don't mess with my illusion. All right, it's crazy out there. I'm glad security got you in. Well, we're going to get to a calmer and safer place. You all right?
Tiny House got a little bigger.
It always gets bigger. Have you noticed that? You were here in April with our last Tiny House Live, and it's gained in proportion again, hasn't it?
Well, it's just us two now.
Is that the reason why?
I think that's it. No offense to these other guys.
Hey, no. Tonight, my friend, it's all about you and me and 10,000 screaming girls.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Uh-oh.
Woohoo! But you didn't hear what they said, did you? Maybe I can bring Bob. No, because you weren't on headphones.
I heard about
But
Bob.
you didn't hear what Bob said.
No, what did...
Oh, well, let me check in Bob. Bob, News Bomb. Mob News Bomb. Are you still out there with those screaming girls? Get that woman back up. Have her tell her why they're here.
Have you ever been this crazy about any other entertainer?
No, and that's what's so amazing. We don't know why we're like this.
Well, that could be.
I don't know either, but it's good to have you here, ladies. We don't know either.
We don't know why we're like this.
We don't know why we're
later.
like this, but we're so glad you're there, and we're so glad that you're all there to join us tonight. And that's your main camera right there tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, just so you know, because I know there's cameras all over the place, and it's hard to concentrate with all these women watching you.
Hal?
Hal?
Open the pod doors, Hal.
Sorry, Dave's not here. I've got those samples too. I use them sometimes. Dave's not here. Hal's a little depressing because he waxes into that song about Daisy at the end. And
This guy is just brilliant. Merlin. That's it. Merlin, the professor.
well,
all right.
You got to do what you got to do.
What is happening? What is happening here at the Tiny House? This is sixth season, you're saying.
Well, it's
First
my
I tried to say that 5 times.
Well, no,
it's sixth season, you're saying.
Sixth season, my saying, and I've installed the fish tank.
I know, it's brilliant. I love it.
I know. I brought in my aquarium life.
It makes the lighting really nice in here.
Yeah.
So you don't see all the wrinkles and
that's
the Fu Manchu
and the Fu Manchu
hair on my chinny chin.
You're looking marvelous. Marvelous. Some may say you've sold your soul to the devil, they tell me.
Oh, no.
An Irish person told me that. I didn't believe him.
But my doctor didn't say that last night. He said, you need to come in and stop all of your shenanigans.
Really?
Yeah.
You got one of those
I bet
calls?
to find time to stop being liquored up.
I'll tell you. That's, well, you know, see yourself through it. We're all going through this to some degree or not. I am so glad to have you back.
It's great to be back, yeah. We talked about so much stuff last time.
God, we did.
What are we going to do?
I don't know.
I mean,
we have more stuff. We have a lot of issues.
I was telling you earlier about Mr. Big and saying about how there's no holes left in Mr. Big because we all jumped in him, you know. So yeah, there's gonna be plenty of stuff to talk about. You got some music.
You know, I picked one out of as I do when you come in. And the last time you were here with Tony Stouffer and Jay Cosbrook, and we did the whole
thing. I love Jay Cosbrook.
I know we all do.
Can't stop thinking of that Floyd the Barber thing, though, man.
He was. Now you have to go back if you want to familiarize yourself. You can tune back to any of these things on ViralMediaArt. That's my YouTube channel.
We're talking about
you can see
the old Star Craving Mad Band.
Yes.
With Jay Cosbrook was our drummer.
Yeah.
Dave Payne.
David Payne.
Donovan Stark.
Donovan Stark.
Brian Stark, his brother.
Yes, the Stark brothers.
Paul Taylor. On guitar and keyboards.
Yeah.
And then another guy, me.
That other guy, you.
Yeah.
Well,
there was a bunch of people that played with Star Craving Mad as well. And I don't want to.
No. I just pulled my chat line up over here to see who's going to be checking in, and I know Donovan was talking about checking in, and
I've been thinking about somewhere to live.
He heard that. Oh, he did heard that. He already had something to say. He had to say, fruit cup.
Fruit. You heard me. That was Jay Cosbrook's thing, man.
Is that it?
Yeah. I don't know.
I remember that came up in the last show, and I wasn't sure what that reference was from.
Either do I, actually. I never knew why he just, some kind of weird Tourette's thing. He just, like, out of the blue would just go, we'd talk about stuff, and he'd go, fruit cup.
Wait a minute.
Donovan knows.
Do me a favor. Say it again.
Fruit cup. And that's too. No, it'd be like.
There, I'll get it later.
Cup.
I had him do that because I'll sample that onto my sample pad, and I'll have a fruit cup sample for my pad.
Yeah,
next time.
Like every all the gals that I grew up with in the early days of Santa Rosa and Petaluma and stuff.
They're still outside, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not
God,
getting. They're beating down the door. They're actually trying to get out.
Can you let them out? Let them out, ladies.
They're
please.
trying to get out.
All right.
So they all knew. Like actually, I just played this gig in Mill Valley the other day with all these great musicians, and one of the singers was Allison Page.
I know Allison, of course.
Great blues singer.
Oh, she's been a staple in our county up here for years.
Exactly. I mean, I knew her. She had another name. She had another name.
We have stories.
No, I mean, I don't know. Her name was Allison Chip Chase back in the day, but Allison Page is
That's
the
much
name.
better than Chip Chase.
Page is very cool.
I'm not saying that.
Anyway, but I knew her. We all knew her like a long time ago. But anyway, as soon as I said something about Jay Cosbrook, this was decades later. She goes, "Fruit cup." So everybody knows that.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Well, I'm glad people have that. And that was a really fun show. And we had Tony Stouffer and Jay in here. And that was all part of the Sonoma County history of bands, which kind of led us around to bringing in Stark Raving Mad, which led us around to bringing in Donovan, led us around to bringing you in as a special secret guest.
Well, I was their singer. I want to say that was like 1978,
I should
77.
have had that written down, but you were in the.
Don't worry about it. I don't like to talk about the old days. I mean, I don't mind talking about the old days. I just don't like putting the chronological history.
That's what the show's all about. It's all about
please
history.
Don't. Please don't, put that mark on it like, that was 19. Oh, don't do that.
No, because then you're invariably wrong. That's what happens to me.
Well, then that makes me hunch over a little bit more.
Yeah.
And a wrinkle goes like a I can't think of it, like a family tree. It breaks out.
That's it.
But I was, I don't know if I was the original lead singer. I think the original lead singer, it could have been my friend Tony Fanucci.
Tony Fanucci?
Yeah, he was a drummer that played in a bunch of groups in the Sonoma area.
Okay, the name's really familiar to me.
Well, him and I, he was a really good friend of mine and a really good friend of the Stark Raving Mad guys.
Right.
But we wrote songs for Mr. Big, actually. We were really good friends. And I met him actually through Paul Taylor's sister, Nina. Mm-hmm. They used to go out. I don't know. Nina and I used to go out too. Hi, Nina.
We'll check in over here in a few minutes and say hello to you folks. Yeah.
Anyway, so the Tony Vanucci connection, he played in a band called Assault around here. They were the Weasel Band, whatever. But
the Weasel Band?
Yeah, the Weasel Band.
Seriously?
Swear to God.
That
Hey,
takes
man.
some balls right there. Man.
Come on, hippie.
I love it.
You know exactly.
I know exactly. I'm going to do the Weasel. It was a dance, right? I have no idea.
I don't have any idea
I don't
either.
know. I love
But
the
Tony
idea.
and I, we wrote a song called Temperamental for Mr. Big.
Right.
We wrote Sucker for a Pretty Face, which was later on 1983,
Yeah.
Eric Martin Band.
Yeah.
So we go way back as friends and songwriters. But he goes farther back with all these guys. He grew up with all these fellas.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure why I'm hearing a little
Delay?
Yeah, you hearing that? There's nothing up in here.
Doesn't bother me, yeah.
No, it doesn't bother
No,
me either.
ru-
But I know it's you know.
Reminds me of the 70s.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, coming back on you.
Yeah. And something's kicking in.
Huh? Interesting.
I don't know why that is.
don't
do the
know
folks
either.
at home, do they hear that?
Well, there's a little bit of a slap. with
Now
your
I'm here.
Actually, it works.
Now
for you.
I'm there.
Do it again.
And it goes around and round and round and round. Good. And round. I love it. I love it.
A moment with Eric Martin.
How's my hair look? How's my wig look?
You know, if you're asking me, your wig's fine. You've got it
You're
you've got it tightened up just right.
First of all,
Tighten up that wig.
all right.
Put on your good-
Everybody wants to go to tiny
Put on
tiny
your-
house.
Put on your good foot.
All right. You still hear it? I
Yeah,
don't know
it's
why
kinda-
that is.
kinda baffling
Sixth
me
season is
because-
really kicking off with
You
an
know,
echo.
it has some. I think maybe it's the underwater atmosphere that we're having. Is that it? It could be. I mean,
Pings, submarine pings.
Submarine pings. Another great name for a band, Eric.
Yeah.
I'm not
Like
sure what-
headphone hair.
Here, take a deep
That's
breath.
what's
for a
gonna
second.
happen to
Take a
me.
deep breath. Here we go.
Bokunoname wa Eric Martin desu. Hi, arigato gozaimasu.
All right. I thought maybe it'd go away if I just turned the mics off for a second. That's all right. We're okay.
All right.
We're
Yeah.
gonna-
So are the phones
Yeah, would you
lighting
like
up there?
The phones
Jerry
are
Lewis?
lighting up. Let's show me Jerry Lewis. That's right. Yes, the kids are. I haven't got my glasses on. These are my good glasses. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, look, I got to squint to see somebody go so cute.
Oh, yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
put on my real
so
professor
cute.
glasses.
Yeah, so cute and
Oh, well,
old.
thank you.
Oh, God.
I wish I could get rid of that. I'm not sure why it's doing that to me. Why are you doing
I
that
don't know.
to me?
Is there a sound engineer out there in Santa Rosa that can come down and help a sound engineer out?
No, not in this tiny world. Well, let's say hello to a few friends over here because they're checking in, and we have a lot of people tonight in tow. And boy, I'm going to try to pronounce some names because you've got fans all around the world.
Do.
Yeah, you do, man. They've been contacting me all week, going,
Yeah, but there's
"Can I get in the tiny house to see Eric?" And I'm going,
That's the thing. I got a handful of Californians, right?
Yeah.
But the majority of my fan friends are
Yeah.
overseas and on the East Coast, and like a lot of them said, "Oh, I'd love to check you out, but like I got to get up tomorrow at 4 o'clock to go to work, you know." And I said, "I go look, there's reruns.
Yeah, it's
like
live on
I Love
YouTube.
Lucy and The Love Boat. You can check it out, but
You know.
it is live, but you will be able to check it out later."
It is. It's as I like to say, on demand.
Oh, do you like to say that?
I do because it makes me feel
Dude,
much.
you should patent that.
Yeah, it's.
Sorry, man.
I like
I'm-
HBO better, but somebody already had that.
My horns and tail are starting to coming out. They're coming out.
Well, no, I realize more people
what do we
watch
got? What
on
do we got?
demand. Well, over here, let's go and let's see. Let me start at the top real quick, and we can say hi to Lycian,
Alicia.
Summer, and Summer. I'm going to hit first names.
Summer.
Summer, and boy, she's in Mexico. So Summer's in
Oh,
Mexico.
I love Mexico.
We're going to reach all around the world
My
here tonight,
brothers and
folks.
sisters in Mexico.
I bet you
Oh.
do. Do you go down and play much in Mexico?
Yeah, I do.
Cozumel and Escalon.
Don't start naming the tiny little. No, I go to Mexico.
I'm busted.
I have gone to
Tijuana,
Mexico.
where do you go? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Nogales. You
Dude,
name it.
He knows the bar.
Yeah, that's where I got a souvenir.
Oh,
my headache.
goodness. Well,
But,
you
yeah.
know, and so let's go on. And Rachel Hernandez is saying hello as well.
Hi,
She's
Rachel.
from the Philippines.
Oh,
Blue World Woman. I love her already.
blue
World Woman. I just
world woman. All right. Oh,
That's
God,
great.
if
I
my
love it. I
voice
love
is
it.
cracking. What else we got?
And well, Summer Classy said ha ha ha. So many people behind. So we're behind here too. So we're and they're coming in fast and furious. So I can't
Maybe she's waiting for more celebrities to come in.
No, you're it. This is as good as it's
I
going
heard
to
you
get
the
right
first
now.
time, actually.
I know. I don't know what's doing this in my world. It's distracting to me. But I don't know. Maybe somebody will tell me, are you hearing an echo delay off of our voices at all? Just a little bit? Because if it's only me, then I can live with that. I've lived with echo delays in my head for years as an audio engineer.
No doubt. No doubt, sir.
No doubt. You know, you act like you've known me forever. I think we went to different high schools together, didn't we?
We hit it off as soon as we met, back in the day. I mean,
I know we did.
I want to say it's a mystic, but
It probably was. I mean, these glasses are fogging up on me. I think it was at the Mystic
So
Theater.
get another pair of glasses.
I got another one right here. There you go, just like that. And if you don't like those, I've got these right here. Actually, these are the ones I probably prefer to wear. It's getting better. There you go.
Those.
You like these?
Yeah, I do.
They're more me.
Yeah.
They're kind of
They're
signature.
the Professor.
Well, actually, the big ones here that are ridiculous are the Professor, but I don't feel like wearing them. It's a little warm in here, and I'm fogging up. Or maybe you're just getting me excited.
Maybe
That's what
it's
I'm
me,
saying.
man. I do that to people. I make them nervous, or I make them like angry. I don't know what it is.
Oh, they're back again. All right. No, don't get excited out there. He's not coming out yet. He's not done yet. Hang on. Keep him out for the time being.
I love that. I love that. Even though it's like half a phony. I like it. I like it a lot. I wish I had. You know how you have that little. You have like rain sounds at night.
Yeah.
And I got like ocean sounds
Yeah,
to go to sleep to.
Yeah.
But I should just have like Budokan Arena of screaming girls.
I'd go sleep at Cheap Trick at Budokan. I could go to sleep to.
Mr. Big at Budokan many times. That's funny that I was just looking at YouTube and I was looking at this thing that I put it on my Facebook. This switcheroo thing that Mr. Big used to do at the end of our shows, and we play like 23, 24 songs, kind of like I love playing them all, and I love the audience reaction. I mean, just, it's great playing in front of people that love you.
Yeah.
But the last song, we'd do a switcheroo, and we'd do, I'd play bass, Billy would play guitar, Paul would usually play drums, and then Pat would sing.
Really?
Oh, yeah. We did Ain't That a Shame, Cheap Trick, right, at Budokan.
At Budokan, in that kind of reversal situation.
And
That's
then
crazy.
we also did Suffragette City, where I played guitar.
Yeah.
And I don't know how Budokan, maybe 12,000 people or something like that.
Yeah.
Just 12,000.
Yeah, only.
Not Bon Jovi, but still. But like, down. It was really brilliant. So, and then, recently somebody sent me a YouTube cover, and I was playing drums, and Pat Torpy was playing bass. Paul was dressed up like Mick Jagger, and then Billy was playing guitar, and we played Brown Sugar. And this is right when this is when Charlie passed away, and I just remembered that I did that. I'm like, dude, I was Charlie Watts at Budokan, playing Brown Sugar.
Seriously.
And then somebody made a joke. This guy Billy Lambeth is a lead singer. Another small world. He was in a band. I was in a band called The Boys, and he took my place. And I went on somewhere else, and he was in The Boys. But
rock and roll.
He was saying, hey, did you throw your sticks at the singer? Like drummers do. In my early career, man, drummers used to.
I've got stick stories too.
So, and I go, no, Paul was moving around so much as Mick Jagger that I couldn't hit a moving target. So I just decided against that. But still, one of the cool claim to fame moments, bucket list moments, if that wasn't just it, was Billy came out. What happened? So I still played drums. Paul played guitar and or bass, and then it was a switcheroo kind of thing where Paul goes, okay, yeah, like right in the middle of Brown Sugar, and Billy comes flying out playing the saxophone solo. Billy Sheehan.
Oh man, and I love Billy, by the way,
dude.
Seriously,
he's a great person and a great bass player, but he played sax in high school. I wanted to laugh first. I wanted to go, yeah, this is what the fuck, But he's like, yakety yak, don't talk back. Anyway,
really?
It was great. It was great.
Well, I saved a piece as I do when you come visit me, and thanks again for coming. As last time, I think I played something from your live from the living room. which I really liked a lot.
Yeah,
I just liked the whole format. It was unusually casual. And you look around here and you understand why I like it. I suppose.
No, it was 100 people, and I don't know if I mentioned this to you before, but it was in the studio where they filmed the Godzilla.
No,
movies.
you didn't mention that. I would remember that.
I think it was called like Tojo Studios, Tojo Studios in Tokyo. 100 people, very intimate, and they had a little, couch and a chair and a little lamp.
I loved it.
But do you remember? A lot of the kids out there are not going to notice this, but do you remember back in the day? Do you ever see Martin Mull live?
Martin Mull, yes.
Well,
when he playing acoustic guitar and singing songs
and tell stories and stuff.
He's great at that.
Well, Martin Mull also had a little show, and what gave me the idea from Live in the Living Room, he had a sofa chair and a lamp.
Yeah.
That gave me the idea. I mean, I saw him in like the 70s sometime, but
that's funny.
But anyway, it was an intimate setting and a great performance.
Yeah. I thought so too. And Pat was pretty laid back in it, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah.
He had I don't know if he had some percussion
equipment,
but he loved this like little percussion. He loved the egg.
I can
he's
see
the only
that.
guy. I mean, I've seen other people do it, but like he loved that.
I know a professional tambourine player.
He used to do it.
I do really seriously. Who idolizes Mitch Ryder?
Oh, Mitch Ryder. Okay.
Mitch Ryder, Detroit Wheels. Who's a great tambourine player himself.
This is some wild stuff.
I'm telling you, we're digging deep, kids.
Some great stuff. So, yeah, but Pat, man, he'd carry these like little yellow and pink and purple and black egg on the airplane, and
practice with it.
Yeah, practice with it, or like they would go, "Sir, can I check your bag?" And be like, "Shh," come out. That was hilarious, but that was his thing. And then he had a little percussion, I don't know if he had a bell tree, as they do, but it was really, it was a great performance because it was a stripped down performance of Mr. Big.
Yeah.
But it was also, we had two Japanese guys on the side playing taiko drums.
That's right.
Really.
I mean, that's
so
kind of the ultimate, isn't it? To go to Japan and have the taiko drummers play with you.
Playing rock and roll too.
No doubt.
And then we had a cello.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Keto. My ex-wife is always trying to get me to do keto diets. Yeah. Oh, you don't mean? I don't know what I'm talking about.
What? Eat a stringed instrument? No.
Is it
keto,
shaped like a salad kind of thing?
No.
So, no, it wasn't keto. It was, which is a Japanese instrument, right?
Right. That's what I was thinking of.
No, it was like a little orchestra that they had a little cello and violin and like a little quartet with the taiko drums, and then Paul played acoustic. I did my singing with a little blonde streak in my hair. I thought I was cool.
I missed the blonde streak era.
It was like for an hour and a half. That's what. As soon as I saw it, I went like, "Yeah, I'm getting rid of that." Yeah. Oh, that's cute. Bye-bye. And then I remember thinking that I felt so good. I'm gonna wear a nice dress shirt, maybe some jeans, but I'm gonna wear a tie. And I get up there and we're doing.
Are you talking about a thin tie or a tie?
Well, it was just a tie. It wasn't a thin tie. I wasn't trying to be like one step beyond.
That's what I'm wondering.
No, I was getting a little dressed up. It looked kind of cool. And my hair was all combed and had a little blonde streak. And I look over and Billy's wearing like a purple shirt and a purple tie. I'm like, mediocre minds think alike, But yeah, it was a really good performance. Why do you bring it up?
Well, because I actually set aside, and I don't know if it was from that exact show, but in going through your material, I love to pull out a song, and usually I'll build a little PR moment around it to get the word out. You can join me, and occasionally I'll put the whole song out. So, and I actually did on this point to have fun with it. But I'm gonna replay that again tonight. What time are we here? Well, we're about the bottom of the hour, and I'm not too far off from doing that.
How can that be with you and me?
I have no idea.
The professor and Mr. Big Mouth here on Gilligan's Isle.
That's right. Then all you need is
fighting them back with a stick. With a taiko drumstick. What song do you... All right, ladies.
All right, calm down. We'll play a song for you in just a minute here. That will do. What is the name of the song would be my question to you. So you don't know because you're not really, you can't really read my mind.
Give me a hint. I probably wrote it, so give me a hint.
I'll bet you did. What did I label it as? That would be my question.
Son of a...
And I'm playing a fancy backtrack right now, so I can't even look. I really that's what time it is. By the way, tonight we may possibly be
This is espresso.
Yeah, unofficially, I am unofficially sponsored by Lagunitas and Hadar's agave.
Good for you.
And Hadar's
I'm hyper
agave.
as hell. All right.
Well, we'll use that energy.
So, can you give me a hint? Do you remember your format?
No,
your
I don't know the name of the song.
Is it me again?
It's you again, and you're singing. But it starts off with this great opening with Paul and Billy doing their thing, and I have to.
Is it a rock song?
It's a rock song, man.
Okay, so it could be Daddy Brother. Could be.
Not familiar. No.
Oh,
Can't be that.
Green
No.
Tinted 60s Mind.
I couldn't tell you.
Big fan, are you?
I am a huge fan, but you know what?
Want me to get these fans back here to tell you who I am?
No, I can bring them back in. They're right. They're never far away. Who is that guy? No, I tell you, I just fall in love with songs. I don't care.
You
what
just
they're
play that song and then.
I'm going to.
You know what? I'll tell you something, Professor.
Okay, tell me that now, Mr. Big Mouth.
Everybody out there is going to know who it is and what it is.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I bet they will.
And what song it is.
Well, it
it
is from your Japan tour, which, if I'm not mistaken, was 2009. Am I right?
Could be. Yeah.
I got something right in there. I didn't get the title, but at least I know what year it is.
Okay, you're making me sweat right now with anticipation.
Sweat with anticipation. Well, before we dive off into that, because I've got about a 6-minute piece of, and I cut it in half. That doesn't tell you anything.
Wait a minute.
But I know what it is.
Are we still talking about the song? Dear God, what's going on here? Yeah, I feel like the Titanic. Women and children and me first. All right.
It's close to that. It's close to that. Matter of fact, it might be this moment.
No. Don't pull out those cards, dude. We got plenty of shit to talk about.
Oh, of course we do. But you see, right now we're flying high above the planet Earth. As typically where I like to be.
Really cool. I like that.
I really like to be kind
of. Is that new?
New to season 6.
Oh, I love that.
But the planet Earth is not new. Yes, it has been.
Of course it's not. And
years.
Contrary to popular belief,
yes.
It's not flat.
No, it is not flat. This is proof right here, right now, as
That's
we're flying above the coast of Africa, right there, I believe. And if you look down right now, there's New Zealand. Wave hi, hey, New Zealand.
Peter Jackson.
You know some Peter? Oh, there you go. You see? Oh, wait, there's Iceland. I got a friend. There's
Oh,
Carl
wow.
Toon in Iceland.
Woo-hoo.
I love it. I love looking down on people. I mean, not in that sense of the word, but
nobody.
I love being higher above people. That's been said before too. But
I'm sure you've said it many times.
Yeah.
Woo! This is one of those nights.
This is one of those nights. That's why I'm glad to have you here in the cockpit. I've been calling this the dream machine. This is my dream machine.
Let's call it the dream machine.
It is.
I'm taking offense to cockpit.
Well, when I first printed that word, I did a double take too. Going, should I actually say that? Can I actually say cockpit?
You said it 3 times.
It's the interior of a plane.
Let's go.
Come on, get your mind out
Let's
again.
go. Let's
all
go.
Right, all right, all right. Before we go, we're going to say hi to Kelly Shannon. We're going to say hi to Shazandra. She's out there with us. Isis, the good Isis.
Shazandra.
Tony Stouffer is there. He's
Tony.
saying hi, guys, and cheers.
A Tony Lonely Band in the
Damn
house.
right. Electric Toys in the house.
Yep.
There you go. All kinds of people popping in over here. Let me see if I can catch up with a few.
What are they saying? You're just saying who they are.
Well, they're saying things like.
Are they saying like, get that egocentric prick out the air?
Play some songs.
Yeah.
Sing the song. No, Kelly Shannon is saying hi, Shazandra. So they're basically connecting with each other over our conversation, which is exactly what needs to happen in the tiny house. We are people. Right? When we get together.
People.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to sing.
Needing people are the luckiest people in the world.
Yeah, you need to.
Right.
I put a little more reverb on you.
Thank God. First of all, reverb is my friend.
Well, reverb is sexy.
Reverb is Eric Martin. I've said it. I've spoken.
There you go.
All right.
Eric Martin is nothing without reverb. He didn't actually say that.
No. You said it, and I concur.
I did.
I concur.
Maybe just a little one slap delay, which is kind of what we're experiencing in the moment.
Any artist that has played with me, and then if they want to write on that page right now, PJ Farley, who is the bass player that for a band called Trickster, and he actually is in a band Fozzy with Chris Jericho. Huh. We've played together many times. We play an acoustic little genre, or not genre, a little jaunt.
A jaunt.
A little jaunt.
A jaunty jaunt.
A jaunt.
So you played in France, okay.
Now,
All right.
Not yet. But I have many times,
Have you?
but not with PJ. PJ and I, we have this thing. It's called Eric Martin's Big Acoustic, and we play Mr. Big Hits and my solo stuff. Me, PJ, and a percussion
Oh, cool.
player of ours, friend of ours, Ben Hands, who also he plays with Kip Winger.
What a great name for a percussion player.
Ben Hands. I know.
How could he not
Jazz
grow
hands.
up?
And he loves jazz too. And I know he hates that joke. It's like jazz
Well, you know what?
hands,
Before
jazz.
we play this song that I actually have set up for you, I wanted to tell you that I'm just a huge fan of your jazz album.
What?
Yes.
First, do you have a joke to back that up?
No.
Because I don't know what you're freaking
Yes,
talking about.
I know you don't.
What
But
jazz album?
You don't remember it?
I have a jazz album?
You have a jazz album. I took
you son of a bitch.
I took the
What?
title cut off of it just to make sure that no, seriously.
Oh, dude.
Come on. All right. Well, we're gonna really prepare this because I've actually set this up pretty darn good.
Oh, hello, my dear friends. Thank you for joining me. Please sit, or stand, or recline. Okay then, hit the track.
There's a cat that walks on the roof, and he's a black cat,
What am I doing?
and his name is Jack Kerouac.
Oh my God, where the hell did you get this?
Black, no tap backs.
What is that? I know that.
Sugar smacks.
Sugar Smack. What the heck?
Fat cat.
Avant-garde.
It's avant-garde. Jack Kerouac.
What am I doing?
Where did I get this?
And when he falls off the roof, it goes.
How did we get here?
Hold on.
Zip tap down.
Zip, 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 zippity-oo. What the
Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross, man.
This is scary to me. I remember doing this
It's not
once.
I found it. It's almost over.
I mean, it's
Here
definitely,
comes the
definitely
big
Paul
ending.
Gilbert.
Here comes. Not enough love.
Holy shit! What is that? Where'd you get it? I remember doing it, but that is scary now. Oh,
You know,
dude,
when
my
you-
5-day deodorant pad is just like, it's you know.
Lesson to all of you that everything is on YouTube.
What is that? Where'd you get that?
You know, it was an
Oh, you got it.
outtake. It was an outtake of a jazz little piece that somebody said you did, and it sounded like a board mix to me. And I went, "That's actually pretty cool." So,
Oh, dude,
so I pulled it out and I put it on
think
my
what
pad
it
over
was.
here, and
I think what it was, well, it sounds like Paul Gilbert.
yeah,
and
did to
sounds
me too. I imagine it was a sound check,
Yeah,
or,
but, well,
so,
Billy,
you know.
Billy might have been tuning up or broke a string or something happened like
Yeah.
that, because things like that happen all the time.
Yeah.
I remember this one time we were at Leeds in London, the original, the Who
Yeah,
live
the
at
Who,
Leeds,
yes.
and Pat broke a bass drum kick pedal.
Uh-huh.
And he's fixing it, kind of freaking out, and everybody's like, "No, calm down, it's okay." And they took his time, and Paul learned "Fly Me to the Moon," the whole Nelson Riddle arrangement from Sinatra Live at the Sands, and I knew it because I was weaned on Frank Sinatra.
Good.
Yeah,
Most kids grow up on milk, but
I was weaned.
You were weaned.
I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
So my dad turned me on to Frank Sinatra when I was young, so I knew all the lyrics. So it's like, he was like, da 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 da. I'm like, fly me to the moon,
Awesome.
and it was. I wish somebody had a recording of
you
that.
could do it, huh? You could do it.
We did it, and it was flawless. Billy kind of added little things to it. Pat wanted to be there so bad, but he was
He's
like
tuning up.
trying to find a pedal and some screws and nuts and bolts.
Oh, no.
He was MacGyver back there
Oh, yeah, I
trying to
could see
figure it
it.
out.
Yeah.
But that whole jazz thing, I would love to know where that. I remember doing it, but oh my God, that's scary.
I can go back and find out who posted it and where and let you know after the fact, just to find it.
First of all, it's not bad.
No, it's not bad, and it was really fun for me to find it because I thought I'm just gonna freak him out until
I used to do that. We had a song called "Voodoo Kiss." It was like this
Well,
funky.
that is a song I played from your living room sessions.
Yeah.
Because I really loved Voodoo Kiss.
Oh, man,
I couldn't remember the name of it.
I love the whole vibe of
remember
it.
names.
I went I went to New Orleans when I was in the Eric Martin Band in 1983, and I stumbled upon this place called Madame Laveau's.
Of course.
And it was like this, you know, the Gru Crux, or how do they say the Gru? Gree.
The Gree.
Right. That Gru Crux.
I grew up on
Dude,
Dr.
all
John.
the people in New Orleans are going, what are you, an idiot? Yeah, the Gru Crux. I'm sorry. May I not live long and prosper.
He needs to bone up on his Dr. John and the Night Tripper.
No, I'm not boning up on anything with you in the room. But yeah, so the whole Gree, the whole voodoo magic kind of thing. I love this vibe. I walked in this place, and I bought some stuff, and I was in the middle of one of my my relationships that I knew was going to fail. You know, the story of my life. I'm unlucky in love. That's just the way I am. And I asked this woman behind the counter, hey, you know, just for shits and giggles, do you make a love potion? You know, and they go, well, yeah, we do. And she's kind of adding things, you know, like Eye of Newt and all that kind of stuff. But and I don't know if it was a tourist thing, and I never drank it because the Eye of Newt kind of did something to it, like bat wings and all that bullshit.
You know,
right?
watch that stuff down there. I'm telling you.
But I would have drank it because I was thinking, well, maybe this relationship might last longer than the 2.5 hours that my life story. And I should have drank it so many times. If I could find it in the attic, I'm going to drink it again because son of a bitch. Anyway, I wrote Voodoo Kiss about this whole kind of story. But I used to do that before, when we play it live. Paul would play a couple little soul bluesy licks, and I go, you know, jazz and blues.
I knew you had jazz in you, dude.
I want to be a doctor, baby. You know, I'm a voodoo doctor. And do all that stuff, and that was part of the show. And then it just went on, and man, I was like, sexual chocolate. I don't know where I was coming from, but I've done it for so many years, and oh my God. Billy used to say this thing. I don't even know why I'm going to say this on the air. I wonder if I said it before, but
I don't know.
Billy. And I've embellished this saying, but Billy Sheehan, I think, really came up with it. When somebody asks you, you know, like sound check or something, they go, hey, Eric, what do you need? Yeah. What do you need in your head? Well, I need reverb, of course, and then I need a sack of $100 bills, a couple dancing girls, a tub of marzipan, French lessons, a cock ring, a scuba mask, a thimbleful of Jägermeister.
Did you get the writer?
Small country to conquer, grandma's panties in a drawer, and grandma Betty Bay in her 20s. You know, that
engineers love
Indian
that,
head nickel, a snowball in hell, and it was just going on and on. And Billy would say stuff like that. I keep saying brilliant, but he's a
someday I want to meet. Someday I really want to meet him. I really do.
He's an interesting, intellectual, funny as hell
and one of my
guy.
favorite bass players, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Oh yeah, the best.
Yeah.
But no, the
I'm
best I've ever played with.
He's up there, and I started off playing bass. I have an appreciation for bass, and what he does is totally unique.
Well, his storytelling. Oh my God! If you're lucky enough to get on the Mr. Big bus, or like you guys, he plays with the Winery Dogs and Sons of Apollo, so you have many chances to hear some of those stories. But he would say stuff like this, and it would inspire me to come up with this stuff live and come up with things to say to the audience.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, I imagine you could spark off him. Well, that's a great lead-in right there, because one of the reasons I picked this song, and you can tell me what the name of the song is during this, so I don't seem stupid when we're done. And
I first of all, I can name that tune in 2 notes easily.
Really?
Easily.
All right.
First of all, not that. I don't remember.
I'm not gonna throw any more jazz at you. That was your jazz surprise right
God.
There this evening.
Jazz hands.
Yes, kids, show us.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
This is about jazz breasts.
Right. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I've got a setup right here for us.
Play it. Go.
Here we go. Oh, I know.
Everybody wants to go to time.
I have the title right there, but I don't.
First, the drum beat right now. I'm digging the whole thing. come out. I'm not coming out on your show. I'm saving that for my next life.
Well, you know, people come on my show and retire. People come on my show and we'll back ourselves later. Let these guys give you credit for it. There's a piece of history for you right there, man. What year did you?
I'm seeing you don't have this at home, but there's a little bit of a delay in the studio, and it's so funny to go back and sort of like see my little the last thing I got. I'm going. Oh man, yeah. Well, I love seeing those two guys.
They're amazing.
Oh, dude! Every time I see a Mr. Big video, it just gives me that chill and spark and.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
When was the last time you guys actually threw it down together?
It was 2000. I want to say 18.
18. Okay. Wow.
I think so.
Yeah,
but when obviously, when I look at it, I miss Pat, and I just saw a piece of Pat doing a little. He was like, hey, little tambourine.
Yeah.
There,
And he actually hit a couple things right on beat. I mean, you could see he was totally engaged in what he was doing.
He's the man. He was the original gangster, man. So, but when I know, it's like I know all the cues in my head and in my heart. Like I can.
Yeah. It's funny how choreographed it is, isn't
dude,
it?
and even the part where I put the microphone right between Billy and Paul.
Well, that's what I was calling you on.
Dude, I've been doing that since 1989.
It was fresh to me.
Maybe no, but even '88 when we wrote that song, we were doing showcases for record companies.
Yeah.
I did it once, and like maybe one of them went, hey, probably Billy. Billy was the one who was like, he's like, you know what? You should keep doing that.
There you go.
I remember this one time he goes, I introduced myself on the stage, and I go, hey, Billy Sheehan, Pat Torpey, Paul Gilbert, I'm Eric Martin, I'm the one who wants to be with you. And he's like, you shouldn't do that. Everybody knows who you are. I'm like, I thought that was a little cocky, kind of, and I also cocky, but I went, but I want to be a band guy. And I'm like, no, Eric, you're the main guy. I don't know if it was a trickery kind of thing, but he goes.
But he told you that.
No, he said, don't introduce yourself. Everybody knows who you are. Say this. Blah, 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 blah. I'm the one who wants to be with you. And I'm like.
Man, that is so cool.
And at the time, I went, oh, but I want my name on it. And then after I did it thousands of times, it kind of light bulb went over my head, and a little kick in the ass went like, you idiot!
Yeah, you do have your name on it.
You idiot! Anyway.
Well, that's great advice, and that's from somebody in the moment. I mean, that says a lot about Billy's perception, what you guys are doing too.
Yeah, I mean, oh man.
And to what degree we tear apart these kind of things down to the movements, to repeat them 1,000 times.
We practice a lot in the beginning.
Right.
I swear to God.
You practiced more than you played out.
In the beginning, we did. And then every tour, we probably practice, like before a tour, like we do a record.
Right.
Spend weeks and weeks in the studio. And then we practice for maybe 3 days. And there'd be one full practice, a couple little, like, shooting the shit, playing some little, working some parts out, but mainly it was for the crew to go, this goes here, or when do we go home?
Well, it's all about that. Crews have their own choreography, too.
Of course, big time.
Even if it's pulling a cable and channeling it.
Yeah, and look, I know there's some crew guys listening, and I love crew. You're the mighty crew, but here I am going like, no, I love crew. I always used to go, oh, can I be a part of the team? Like, I remember all the crews that I've ever worked with, they're like, should we let this guy in? He's a singer. He's probably going to talk about us to the band, like, no, you can trust me. And then it would be like, let's get him drunk. That's what did it.
That's what happens,
That's what did
by the way.
But I don't want to, at home you guys are seeing me going, unplugging this. And I know there's so much more to it, but for the 3 days, we'd only mainly practice for a good 12, 13 hours for a whole 6-7 month tour or a year tour. We hardly ever practiced, but I gotta tell you, man, we were that good.
Well, it happens on stage.
We're that,
and no matter practicing and doing it are two completely different things.
When all those songs, I mean, like Addicted at Rush, we've been doing for years and years, and I know, I knew all the breaks and and even we'd have fun with it. When you cut it off right there, there's a break, and sometimes we'd go. Paul one time he was like, did it, and I'm like, fly like an eagle. All of a sudden, and he didn't even know what he was like, or maybe he did know what he was doing, but he was just playing a little jam, or he'd go, and I'm like, ain't but one way out, baby, you know, and we would do this whole thing constantly. We did it, we toured with Rush. Like two tours. Oh, dude.
Seriously?
Presto tour and the Roll the Bones tour.
All right.
And I didn't have any gift
I'll
of
drink
that.
a small toast to Rush.
You should. I'll wait for it. Oh, God. That looks so good.
It's worth two, actually.
Oh, dude. Somewhere there's
one more for Neil Peart.
Go. Yeah. Oh, I wish I could. So,
Have some coffee.
Yeah. No, I'm fucking hyper as hell. Easy.
Hang
easy
on now.
peasy.
Hold on, kids.
Yeah, nothing to see here. Please tape up. So the 2 Rush tours, and I didn't have the gift of gab that I got later.
That you do now?
Well, that I did later.
On stage, it's
but
totally
back
different.
back in the Presto tour and the Roll the Bones tour, I mean, I thought I did, but I was also told a couple times, you know, hey, dumb down the comedy. Let's just, you know, we're a fun band. Don't take yourself too seriously, but we're opening to Rush, and these fans, they don't want to hear your comedy. Like,
That's true. In that slot,
yeah, get to the thing. So
play the song.
And there's even a live, one of our live records. I say to the audience, "Are you addicted to Rush?" And they go, and I go, "Hold that thought."
Good idea. Great lead. What a great lead in.
I thought it was funny as hell.
That's just funny.
I had a band meeting afterwards going, don't do that. I'm like, well, too bad. It's on the live record.
So the band nixed the idea?
Well, they nixed a lot of the ideas.
It wasn't Rush.
I tell this story. It's one of the greatest stories I have in my mind. So the band used to say, you know, Eric, you know, Billy Sheehan would always come up with great ideas and suggestions, right? But like sometimes he would go, you gonna wear that? Right? And I go, what are you talking about? Flames in the leather pants? Hey, this is cool.
He's the last one to talk from what I've seen.
Come on, man. He was an innovator.
He was an innovator.
He was a fashion statement. No, he's had some odd stuff, but me, you know, I'm the worst dressed. I'm the worst dressed rock and roll star ever. I remember this one time we were opening to White Lion on tour. Huh. White Lion, Vito Bratta and Mike Tramp.
I haven't thought about that band in years.
James Lomenzo, bass player, Greg D'Angelo, drummer. Great band. And James and Greg, they were good friends. We hung out all the time. But anyway, I remember this one time, and I hope Mike Trapp's listening. I love you, man, and I'd love to tour with you acoustically, but the time where you had a brown leather jacket with like this kind of painted, you know, how they used to paint shit on it in the early 90s. Yeah. You know, Bomber Squadron, and I had a couple chicks on it, you know. Yeah. And he was always cut, and he was like rock and roll Adonis, right? And I'm wearing black lip service jeans, probably, you know, the Chuck Taylors.
Gotta have the Chucks.
See the Chucks? Oh, I love
Gotta
my
have the Chucks.
And a long shirt, kind of pirate shirt, you know, to cover up my
pirate
black booty. No, I got a booty. So. And he puts his arm around me. I remember we were like in Germany somewhere, and he goes, "You dress like shit." And he goes, "Why don't you look? This is the way you should look." I'm like, "Oh God, you're right. I feel so terrible." But I couldn't wait to tell the band because, and even when I did tell the band, they go, "He's got a point. He's got a point." But they didn't say they were like, "Ah, fuck that guy." So. But anyway, long story short, I mean, look, dude, I remember Billy gave me this black jean coat, and you open it like this, it had like purple in it, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was really a really cool coat that he had like from Talus days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wore it 4 or 5 tours. That same jacket because he said it was cool,
and signature at that point.
And there's no like. I didn't have like, Johnny Versace coming up to me and going, no.
Who is your designer?
This won't do. I had Billy Sheehan going, hey, you want this jacket? I'm like, oh, cool. I'm going to be cool for 4 tours. So, and I swear to God, that same jacket, because I was thinner then, I had that same jacket. I put like peace signs on it, and I took that off, and I put like flames, or I took that off and put skeletons on it. So it's the same jacket for 4 or 5 tours. Anyway,
and you still have it.
I certainly do. I don't wear it anymore because I'm not 130 pounds
Had I
anymore.
only known, I would have asked you to wear it tonight.
I would have brought it just to show it to the fans and
There you
friends.
go.
But anyway, I used to have these. So I had one outfit. It was like a red jacket and a black leather skin tight pants with red flames, and then I had a blue jacket with a leather pants with blue flames, and I wore that thing to death, to the point of like my black booty. And when I say I have a shelf booty. Just couldn't I was like. Yeah, I just couldn't get
him in the.
Couldn't get it. Couldn't get my junk in the trunk. So I don't know why we were bringing up clothes, but the mic tramp, the White Lion, Billy Sheehan telling me what to wear and stuff. But the guys would say, "Hey, dumb it down with the comedy." So here's the story that I'm here to tell. Sorry it took for so long. So I'm in Japan, and I'm doing an acoustic tour called Eric Martin Over Japan. And it's with John McNamara, great guitar player from Australia, great blues singer, amazing blues singer, guitar player, who's doing it in Australia now. And he's something to behold, man. He's a really great artist. Anyway, so I brought him. And then I asked Pat Torpy after our last Mr. Big tour to come with me to Japan and play percussion.
Nice.
And yeah, dude, and he was like, I'm kind of burned. I don't really want to. And I'm like, I need you.
Yeah.
And I need you to bring that, like drummers play the thing, it's called a cajon.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like a little wooden cajon.
Actually sitting on it and playing it?
Yeah, but no, he had one custom made to look like a guitar.
Really?
It was really cool.
That is a cool idea.
Yeah, and it had all kinds of little sounds to it. And he only kind of used it when we play a little acoustic set with Mr. Big, like To Be With You, Wild World, Going Where the Wind Blows, and that's pretty much it, right? But in my set, my acoustic show, we did a nice long hour and 15-minute set. So the 3 of us played, and I'm entertaining the audience. And there's nobody telling me what to do.
Isn't that nice?
There's nobody. Well, look, I loved all the suggestions before. I used to hate them at band meetings because I fought so hard, going like, God, I got shit to say, man. But maybe I was just green, and maybe those guys went like, Nah, you're not that funny. Then.
There's a whole thing that I like to think of as familiarity breeds contempt.
Well,
it's not really contempt, but they know you. They know what your potential of saying could be.
Like you're on a tour bus together, and you're traveling constantly, and and you're playing in a different town every night, and the fan friends that you play for think that you're the cat's meow. Sorry, I went my mother's language.
Back to Frank Sinatra on that one.
Right. Or they go, oh God, you're so funny, right? And there's a lot of things that I say that are off the cuff, but there are a lot of things that when I'm on tour, I'll say those buzzwords. The same, you see me a million times where I go like this, oh, these glasses? Oh, I think they make me look smart. Or like, I want to take them off and like, oh, you're the best looking audience I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, you've seen those jokes, right? Anyway, the fans, even the fans that keep coming back, they love it. They love it. They never say anything bad about it. They go, oh man, you're fucking hilarious. But I guess your band would go, dude, we've heard that same joke for 35 years, 32 years or whatever. And so, but that being said, I did my stint in Mr. Big, and I hated being stifled at times. Yeah. But when I watch the DVDs or when I see on YouTube and the live stuff, and even like that jazz piece that you said, that you played, I must have broke free in some of those things. I broke out of the cage.
There's stuff out there that you don't even know about.
Yeah, man. I mean, I got to say and sing what I wanted.
Yeah.
But so I'm playing this Japanese show. We're playing like 6 shows, I think, but the one was at this place called the Akasaka Blitz, and I'm performing. Oh, it was a great gig, man. It was sold out. It was the Akasaka Blitz.
Akasaka Blitz.
Oh, it's an awesome
Sounds
place.
like a punk rock song.
Oh, you got to check it out. It's a great gig.
Akasaka Blitz. Okay, all right, I will.
So I'm playing the show, and I come backstage, and Pat goes, "Dude, you're hilarious, man. You're so funny."
It worked.
And the audience knows exactly. You know, I mean, a lot of Japanese folks learn English in schools and stuff, but like, you know, it's I talk so fast, you know, I'd have to dumb it down a little bit. Not dumb it down, I don't mean that. I mean, I have to talk slower, right?
Yeah.
And not be so hyper. I can't hardly help that sometimes. But Pat goes, "You're great live, man. You're such an entertainer." He goes, "Why didn't you do that, Mr. Big?" And I go, and he goes, "Who told you couldn't do that?" And I go, "You." You, dude.
Oh,
and he goes, "I should be shot.
No.
I can't believe that I would tell you." And you're funny. And then on his behalf, you know, he probably, maybe you just weren't that funny back then. I don't know. Anyway, he passed away maybe a year after that, but that was one of my, I don't talk about it all the time, but I think about it all the time.
Yeah.
About what that little trip meant to both of us.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We went to, Sendai and this area where they had the tsunami, and that, you know, the years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And, you know, it was just, we had a lot of touching experiences.
Yeah.
We kind of, I've known Pat my whole musical,
I was going to ask how
life.
long you've known him. So
Good 35 years,
wow,
right?
Really? Yeah.
And but we bonded so heavy on that tour that, I mean, I'm so happy that we did that together.
Yeah, it's time spent, man. You never get a second chance.
No, man.
And you regret it if you've missed the opportunity. So good for you. Good on you for doing that with him.
And he was so excited, and he was funny, and he was. And I love singing with Pat.
Yeah.
I mean, look, me, Pat, Billy, and Paul
Yeah.
had these harmonies like the Beatles.
You know,
unbelievable.
Honestly, there's some gold stuff in there. There really is. I've been a huge fan.
I've sung with a lot of great people.
Yeah.
John Nyman from YNT, him and I had something
John,
together.
oh, man. Really?
Oh yeah, man. Eric Martin Band. We sang so great together. But when I was in Mr. Big, Pat Torpey was my go-to guy. I mean, I say the same stupid thing all the time. People misconstrue everything I say, but like if it was the Beatles, right? I was John Lennon, he was Paul McCartney. I'm nothing like John Lennon, but you feel me what I'm saying.
But the comparison there to how those guys felt about each other has got to be similar to.
And their vocal, like, you know, when you sing with people, especially lead singers, it's hard for them to sing harmony. A lot of them, not me. I mean, I love singing harmony to lead singers. I can just do it.
You can do that thing.
Yeah.
That's tough.
When I sing Happy Birthday with somebody and I'm singing a harmony, and they jump up to my harmony, yeah, they're not background harmony people. You know,
that's just it.
It's a thing. You know.
Yeah.
And but Pat Torpey, when I would sing, and I would in the early days, Billy and Pat, Paul, they all knew what to do later on in our life. But in the beginning, and they all sung harmonies with their groups and everything. But in the beginning, I was kind of like the vocal captain, and a song I'd write, I'd go,
Makes
okay,
sense.
look, exactly, makes sense.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, I want you to take this part. And we'll go, well, I'm more suited. Well, okay, well then you switch, but you know, and I'd pick a harmony and I'd sing it for him a bunch of times, but Pat knew exactly.
Oh, really?
I could sing it, and he could sing harmony to it, and
as a drummer, that just baffles me as a drummer. Number one.
I know, dude.
I know. Try to do that, and I'm all 4 limbs moving, and sing harmony. I can't even imagine how that's even done.
Classic. I mean, if you guys at home, I know a lot of you who are Mr. Big fans, but some of you are new to Mr. Big and me. You got to check out Pat Torpey drum solo somewhere on YouTube where he sings Yesterday.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was awesome. It sings Yesterday, and he plays the drum solo. It's like all over like an octopus, and he's like, and not stopping, just like yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. You know, unbelievable.
I can't even imagine.
I mean, as a a lot of people have solos and have the dude. I keep seeing the delay, and I'm still.
Oh,
doing
don't watch this one.
I can't.
This is the broadcast delay.
I hate it because
here's the
I'm
delay
still doing
you
an
can watch.
octopus. Don't do it. Don't look at
octopus.
Oh my God, I'm spazzing out. So, but yeah, check it out at home. He sings Yesterday. And then there's one time he sings Let It Be. I mean, he was a pretty amazing person.
I'm going to have to search those out because I'm not familiar with them. And I love, obviously, pulling out your jazz piece. I love to dig around in people's past.
I can't. You're digging into the high school yearbook right
well,
there,
that's part of what it is. You know, we've done this before because when we did the whole thing and with Stark Raving Mad tribute.
Oh my God.
And bringing Donovan into it, we went back that way as well. Just kind of, and that's kind of what I'm really trying to do in this world is bring people in who I love spending time with, and being able to just kind of lay down some history and what got us here and how do we get out of here and we don't want to get out of here.
First of all, when I was on the show last time, I was thinking, oh my God, Stark Raving Mad. I kind of don't remember it. Some of it I do remember. I remember the practice. We did so much practice. We practiced way too much. We hardly ever played any gigs. That's what I remember. Just the Hayward Vets Hall maybe once, and maybe we played another gig somewhere, a frat party or something. But I don't remember a lot of gigs. Just a lot of practicing, and we were really, really tight. And then we broke up, and it was like, oh, jeez, it felt like a waste, you know. But But I was thinking, like, bringing back those memories, I went, I don't know if I want to go down that path. But when I did,
it's a good thing, man.
Oh, it was a great thing.
It's a cathartic thing. It really is.
Yeah.
It's good to bring this stuff up, even the stuff that may be a little painful to some degree.
Wasn't painful for me when Donovan Stark blew that fire torch like Gene Simmons at the pool.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, in Woodland Hills, we had like a band house, and we had a pool, and a little barbecue, and there was some drinking going on. And Donovan would pull out this thing. He'd do it all the time. He didn't like to do it because probably, you know, there was a 50-50 chance you could get hurt.
Yeah.
And he was like,
really?
you know, like Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
And then it just got onto his hair.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude, thank God there was a pool. Jumped in the pool.
Seriously? There were no cameras?
No cameras.
Oh, man.
Dude, and we're all like kind of lit up, probably on the shittiest Mickey Big Mouth beer or something like that, and looking, going, oh, wow, look at Donovan. Wow, he's on fire.
Oh, he's on fire. Donovan, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I was looking over
Donovan.
See if he was actually with us. He was with us. He was doing the Fruit Cup.
Yeah.
I said, well, Tony's just checked back in and said, hey, guys. And we're saying hi to you, Tony. Darn right we are.
Hey, Tony.
There you are. And a few people have been checking in, of course. He said, hey, Jukes, because he's saying hi to somebody there. Donovan just said true.
True. It was all true,
It was
dude.
true.
I was there, man. Oh, dude, we had a lot of laughs. I mean, look, we had to. That was the only thing we did have. We couldn't put two nickels rubbed together. We had a lot of. We had the kind of beer that, like, you'd go into the store and go, do you have beer? You know, it'd be like the white can that said beer on it.
like a Foster's or
Worse than Lucky.
Worse than Lucky.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Lucky, you know, you'd have a puzzle. You'd open the cap, you'd have a puzzle.
Yeah, that's to
on
distract you from the crappy tasting beer.
Oh, exactly. Classic.
This is why our show is unofficially sponsored by Little Something. Lagunitas.
You know,
someday they're going to drop a case of this on me. I know they are.
You think that'd be nice.
They should drop a case on me.
And they're so close, Lagunitas. I love
They're
them.
virtually down the block from
I love
Petacosha. You know that's where you are, don't you?
You know, you said that earlier, Petacosha.
Yeah.
I like that a lot better than the other Petacosha. But it used to be.
You know, I figure I'm halfway between Petaluma and Katati.
Petacosha.
And that makes me Petacosha. And then people really don't know how high the tiny house really is.
Welcome.
I mean, you can look down there.
Petacosha.
There you go.
Oh, that's you.
Oh, that's yours.
Dude, and every time you do it, after a couple swigs, it's like the first time you heard
It's the first time? Hey, Where are we, Eric?
We're in Petacosha.
House. Hey, you
the
know,
password is Petacosha.
I prepared a few of these.
For God's sake! You know what? You know what would be great if you played some music.
What kind?
Well, preferably my music.
Did I have any more of your music queued up?
Do you have? Can you just? You don't.
No, I don't.
Oh, that's cool. Everybody's heard my music. You know,
what can I do?
Before he brings out the cards, I just want to say a lot of you folks who are tuning in right now, you fine folks.
Hello.
Mr. Big is celebrating their 30th anniversary.
Awesome.
Of our breakthrough album, our second album, Lean Into It.
You're right in the queue, dude. Go.
I know, man.
It's all about you. Listen to
like,
it. Go. I know. It's the horns bugling, trumpeting your message.
So, the Lean Into It album, which was like 30 years ago.
Wow.
Which, had the, number one hit, To Be With You.
Oh, that song.
Number one in like 15 countries, top 20.
I'm not even going to ask you how you feel about the song. I don't even care. Go ahead. Go. No, I won't.
How do I feel about it?
No, I don't know.
I love it.
Do you?
Oh, it's my favorite song in the world.
All right. So you enjoy singing it every time you sing it?
Every time I sing it.
Awesome.
And
that's really what I wanted to know.
And it pisses me off if I can't sing it great.
Yeah.
I'm older now, and that doesn't mean a thing. Dave Manichetti's older now, and he's singing like a champ.
Dave's not any older.
Look, Dave's older now, but he sings like a champ. That's my whole point.
I agree 100%.
I shouldn't be,
and he plays like a crazy man.
Holding back on my age and all my ailments.
You're looking
marvelous.
marvelous.
Go to the doctors tomorrow. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway,
he's fine.
To Be With You, I love singing this song, but I just, if I can't hit if I got some whiskey, smoky, crunch, chocolate bar in my throat, and I can't hit that high note, it kills me. And man, you've seen me on stage a bunch of times. Great, and sometimes when I can't hit that note, I just go, oh fuck, and I wear my pain on my sleeve,
And then you say,
you're determined to do this, huh?
Yeah.
Do animals in other countries have accents? Absolutely. They do. Like a cat from France would probably
compared to a cat from New York.
Like, how you doing?
How you doing, meow? How you doing, meow?
How you doing? Meow, 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 motherfucker.
So my question, or the cards question, is: could those two cats talk to each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're trying to improv. I'm good at
All right.
This is where you trip me up. This is where you prove Pat Torpy wrong that I'm not a great entertainer.
Throw the card away.
Son of a bitch.
Throw the card away. It's an old Johnny Carson trick. That one right there. I'll find it in a week from now. All right. We'll do one more of these.
Okay, come on.
All right. I'll do one.
Yeah,
because of course you do. Well, of course I will. We'll share.
You've been
all about sharing.
I can
a little bit. Oh, your coffee's not strong enough.
But I can hold my coffee.
You can hold your coffee quite well. Well, just last week I was telling myself, it's a start to a brand new day, and I'm off like a herd of turtles. It was a slow day for me, and look how it came right back where it should be. Look at this. Read it again. Read it again, stupid.
Okay. All right. Hair today, gone tomorrow.
All right. Well, one last one for you.
Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit.
You knew that.
Oh,
you knew that.
Oh, my God.
You just don't want to put it in a fruit salad. Knowledge is knowing enough to not put a tomato in a fruit salad. That's really what.
That's good.
Yeah, because it is a fruit.
This is the part of the show
we learned something.
Petacosha that the acid kicks in.
It's about that time. Look at this. Wow.
You know what?
Did you see that?
It hasn't kicked in for me. It's only one hand.
It's the altitude. I keep oxygen back here, by the way. If you feel like the altitude's getting to you, you need like a hit of oxygen.
You are high up in the mountains here.
I am. It's the hill high above Petacosha.
No. You
are
high above the mountains.
Thank you.
See how knowledge works?
Those who actually
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Those who actually pay attention to what I say when I introduce myself, I say, this is your professor coming to you high
above the mountains.
From the hills of Petacosha. So I deliberately make that. You want to go back up here for a second?
I would love to do.
Let's do that because folks, we're having a lot of fun in here. My goodness, somebody had the longest name in the world, and they said ASMR. I don't even know what these things mean. I'm only 24.
Who said that?
Well, that's the person that would be Ilania Kahadia Mohadi Chakuri.
You're only 24 and you're checking in just to see what it's like to check out the lead singer of Mr. Big and how different he looks from 30 years ago.
Exactly the same.
Yeah, I left my wig at home. Apologize. No, same guy, same voice.
Guy. It is.
Same.
Give him a rock and roll thing for a second. Let him hear your voice.
I'll be your daddy, your brother, your lover, and your little boy.
You see?
How's that?
You see? What am I telling you? It's all right here. It's all right there. It's not over here. It's over there.
Everybody want to get the tiny house.
There you go. All right.
It's the reverb, man. I swear to God.
Oh, the girls are back. Every time you do that, the girls outside scream.
Come on, baby. All right.
Tell them to calm down out there.
What we got? Hi,
all right, let's go back over here.
Hi, Eric. Wait a minute. It says, hi, Eric. He is funny.
Is this one of you?
Is he talking about you? Great job, guys. Oh, thank you. Mark Hawley said that. Mark Hawley, who?
Where's Mark Hawley? Really?
Yeah, he's a great guitar player.
I know Mark. He's up there.
God,
Sean
Mark and I have we're actually going to play a performance at a charity event on October 21st.
Really?
At the Danville Theater.
You were telling me about that when we first got together today.
Yeah, it's like an anti-bullying campaign. It's called Music and Laughter Fundraiser. I can't remember.
Music and Laughter and Fundraiser. That's gold. That's gold.
That's not what it's called, but it's. I'll put it up.
Maybe Mark can help us out with that.
Michael Copeland is the promoter on that, and he's going to kill me for not getting the right name right. But it's a fundraiser for making awareness of anti-bullying campaigns.
Cool.
But it's at the Danville Theater, which only holds like 350 maybe.
I can't remember the last time I was in Danville.
I was at the Bridge Restaurant.
God, you remember exactly. You have a mind like a steel trap.
Well, Robin Williams, Miss Doubtfire.
Yes.
That was the restaurant that he did on the
really?
switcheroo thing that he did.
Classic.
Yeah, and that was in Danville. But anyway, it's a charity event, and I haven't played the Bay Area in a long, long time. So Mark Hawley and I are playing an acoustic show.
Awesome. I had Mark in here with Sherry Phillips.
Dude, because
Hangman's daughter
and my wife,
right here.
Denise.
That's right.
Played drums. She was in here too.
No, she wasn't here. Just Mark and Sherry
taking care of the kids.
Yeah,
and the money.
And the money.
No.
Which didn't have anything to do with this place.
No. Sherry Phillips.
Yeah. Hangman's daughter.
Hangman's daughter. I remember. I called Sherry. She was doing a Janis Joplin.
She can sing anything she wants.
She can. She's a great singer. But I called her out of the blue, and she was doing a show in San Francisco as Janis Joplin, and this is way before the Sherry Phillips band. It was a long time ago.
It's gotta be a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if you know me. My name is Eric Martin. I play in the band Mr. Big, blah blah blah. But you are a fantastic singer, and she was really appreciative. And
very much.
Great singer.
Last time she performed in front of me with cameras. I've did a video of her at the Redwood Cafe. When she got off, she gave me a big hug, and I said, God, some people, man, just belong on stage.
She's great for the crowd.
She's one of those people that just says...
Talking about a gift of gab, man. That woman's great.
It's just the attitude, it's the spark, it's the energy, it's just infectious. And it amazes me when people have that, and then they sing like amazing and stuff like that. I'm sure we've discussed that already about you. You do those things.
Oh,
so you're one of those people.
Yeah.
Darn right you are. You are. Glad. And let's go further back here. Kelly McLeod said he remembers everything. So clearly,
yeah, but not my own lyrics sometimes.
That's got to be the hardest thing, isn't it?
Dude, there's this girl in the East Coast. Her name is Kelly, and I'm so glad that she comes to my shows. Who's that one? Who's that girl that we were just saying?
Well, Kelly McLeod.
That's her.
Oh, there you go, Kelly. See, we're recalling stories about you.
So Kelly.
See what happens in Tiny House.
I didn't hear the last name, but Kelly
McLeod.
She comes to the shows. She's a great singer as well. As well as me. Look at me.
Well, there you go. Takes one to know one. All right.
Sorry, I'm just pat myself on the back. But she knows all the lyrics to my songs, and instead of a teleprompter, I just look at her.
You can read lips?
Read lips.
Do you really?
Oh, dude, I can't read. Sometimes I just space out, not to be with you. Sometimes to be with you. Second verse, like, build up your confidence. Sometimes I go, I'm so busy talking.
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. I'm so busy like talking about the tune, and then like, I'm the one who wants to be with you, and they go, oh fuck. I'm supposed to sing this? And
I'm out of breath from talking.
She goes, little girl. And I'm like, hold on, little. Yikes.
So thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly.
It's people like you in our lives that just keep our line straight and direct on our course. It's fans like that. It's fans like that. Let's see. And Christine Blair says, he remembers you. So somebody, I know just
Rudy Roots. This girl right here, I've known her.
Rudy Roots, yeah?
Yeah, from Mexico. She's fantastic. I love her to death. Rudy Roots, man. She's
name.
Great names.
Yeah.
I met her years and years ago. She was at the box office. She was a little kid, and her and her sister or girlfriend, her father was there, I think, maybe. And I just took a liking.
Yeah.
And I think I gave her a couple passes, and I was a fan for life. She actually her whole family flew to Austria to see me play one of my favorite clubs on the earth called Bluesiana. Gudrun. And yeah.
Well, our fans and our friends, they intertwine. It's hard to say.
Who else you got? Ladinia's up there with like way too many hearts.
I see
How
that
old
up
are there. Right above Kelly. Who else?
There you go.
Who else got?
Well, Blossom just checked in and said, a little RR. Not sure what that little kid RR. I'm not sure what that means, but
rock and
it
roll.
all makes. I guess so.
Yeah.
Jukebox XX88S writer says, "Wow, why do people do that?
What?
Give themselves such long names. It's just like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know why they do.
I don't know. It's
Dude,
not like I'm going to get.
Look, first of all, who am I to laugh at people, man? I still have the same old 1980s AOL.
Do you
name.
really?
Oh yes.
You have an AOL?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
A-hole.
A-hole. America's Online.
Yeah.
You've got messages.
Oh. I used to get that.
Did you get rid of Yahoo? You don't have a Yahoo, do you?
No, I don't have a Yahoo, but like I used to get that thing where, remember when there was a thing where celebrities read, you got mail, and like Mick Jagger.
Yes.
He was like, you got mail. Hey, how you doing, right? You got mail. I'm like, I got mail.
What else did Mick Jagger say?
Is it ironic that only one company makes the game Monopoly? Monopoly. I don't get it. Question mark.
Throw it.
Question mark. Sorry, man.
No, have fun as this.
So stupid.
There you go.
All right.
You see how that works itself into.
I love it how you're throwing this shit around here. You have to live here.
Oh, I do.
So I've been leaning on your boudoir over here.
It's my couch this time of day.
Oh, this is your couch? Oh, cool.
Well, it turns into a bed, but it's my couch this time of day.
I love the tiny house.
You know?
I really do. You kids at home, you have no idea. It's beautiful, big sky country outside. Today we went in your tree house.
The tree house, a skybox.
Oh, it's really neat. Had a little bamboo pole so you wouldn't get hurt.
Yeah, but about maybe 20 feet high, maybe not quite that high.
I love it. And then we were looking at these cows that had look like medieval cows. They had like hair growing.
They're long-haired.
Big horns.
What did Hadar say they were? I forget what he said they were, what kind of breed they were, but I refer to them.
What did he say?
He said they were
hairy
something.
Cows.
He knew
That's
hairy
what
cows.
He said.
I call them Woolly and Bully.
Yeah.
So
we
Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs, by the way. Woolly
Don't,
Bully.
dude,
How did I get you?
Woolly Bully.
Yeah,
Oh no, you didn't get me. You can't get me.
I can't get you on
Nobody.
these, can I?
No, there's some things that you can get me.
What?
But I'm a pretty good historian, musical historian. Another guy who's like really on top of it, and he's a lot younger than I am, is the wrestler Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
Oh, dude, he's a great rock and roll singer,
Yeah.
metal kind of singer guy.
Uh-huh.
Fozzy is his band, like Fozzie Bear, the whole bit. But anyway, he knows everything about rock and roll. Everything.
He's been there?
Yeah, you can't stump that band.
What was the first concert you ever went to?
Queen.
Wow, what a great start.
Well,
no wonder you ended up like this.
No, but
Come on, man.
Dude, for the kids at home, they know, I've said it before, Queen and Y&T opened, which changed my life.
There you go.
I thought, fuck, if they can do it, I might be
Good
able to
for
do
you.
it. Yeah.
Good for you.
But it really wasn't Queen. There was like a couple weeks before that, I went to see It was because I was dating this girl in Sacramento, and her mother dropped us off at the concert.
Nice.
Queen was the first concert I went. I hitchhiked to San Francisco. I know, shouldn't be doing it, but
No, that's the right thing to do for your first concert.
yeah, not with a Zodiac killer hanging out. I don't want to talk about it, but
They never did find him, you know.
thank God he didn't pick me
I
up.
hope he's not in my tiny house tonight.
No, of course not.
Of course not.
That dude's dead. So, but I'm a Libra. Anyway, so
And he writes a lot.
so my girlfriend's mother dropped us off at the Sacramento Memorial Auditorium. Sacramento
Oh, I got you.
Auditorium to see. Ready?
Yeah. Come
America.
on. America, no.
Dude, I was such a hippie, folky, acoustic
man.
guy.
And yet you survived.
Oh man, I loved America, man. They,
You know.
no, Horse with No Name, Ventura
Yes.
Highway.
Yes.
They had just come out with like the Tin Man album, you know, like.
Yeah,
and,
there were some songs.
Look at all the lonely people.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah, that
The
makes
girlfriend that I was with, her name was Vicky. Hi, Vicky.
Hello, Vicky.
She was like, holy shit, this is, she was in love with it. Yeah. I mean, I looked Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, America, Simon & Garfunkel, Bob, and way before that, Bob Dylan. I loved the folk stuff.
Uh-huh.
And America was a little poppy, and if anybody, not the 24-year-old, but if you look it up, it's not just muskrat love or bullshit, you know. Captain and Tennille. No.
What
It's
is
not
a muskrat?
that. No, they were great. They're
Yeah.
still playing to this day.
Yeah.
They were great. And I know I only do that for the metal. You know, I do a lot of. I'm part of a lot of hard rock and metal circuit.
I
and
know
a lot
you
of
played
people.
with Saxon, man.
Dude, played with everybody. You know,
you have.
I've not sang with Saxon. I've
but-
been on records with Biff Byford and.
You know what band actually
Yeah.
Saxon was the
origin of.
the origin of this band, this famous film band. Its origin was actually Saxon.
Oh dear God!
I mean, you told me you know everything. I got you on this one,
okay,
don't I?
You're not going to say Spinal Tap,
Yes,
right?
I am.
Oh Jesus, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I knew the engineer for
Hold
for
on,
Saxon.
ladies and gentlemen. He can't
I
stump
got
this
him.
band.
I got him. I almost got him, Eddie, but you're there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I affiliated with metal and hard rock kind of stuff, and then so when I say America, people are like,
Really? Huh?
like
Scooby Doo.
totally. But yeah, man, I was there. You know what actually happened at this America concert? There was this girl. I want her to say her name was. She was a singer-songwriter. Her name was Wendy Waldman. Look that up. And she was really, really good. And I was out in the foyer of the auditorium area, and girlfriend's in there, waiting for America to come out. And Wendy Waldman, I think that was her name, she comes out and she's dropping her set list, and it's got an acoustic guitar, and she's trying to put in the case, and I'm like, can I help you? Totally. I didn't have game with chicks at all, but
you're there at the moment.
But I'm polite,
There you go.
I have respect for
That'll
women.
get
and
you a
all that.
long way in life, man.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of like, hey,
Can I help you?
Hey, how long have you been here?
I knew you've been in France.
In Pig Alley. Anyway, so in the Montmartre.
Big Alley?
Pig Alley.
Is that what you call it?
Pig Alley. It's called Pig Alley.
Oh, Pig Alley.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the Montmartre area in France.
I know the tower.
Moulin Rouge is right there. I'll get right to you.
That.
I'll get right back to you.
Let's get back to you. I'm watching people dance right now. I'm sorry.
It's totally. It's kind of like this. Oh,
Table
for five.
That's perfect.
All right, so Wendy Waldman is there, and she's dropping shit all over the place, and I come over there and I help her out, and she goes, "You want me to walk me to my car?" Which wasn't a car, it was like a VW microbus, hippied out.
Okay.
And she was hot, man.
All right.
Beautiful, dark-haired woman.
And you should always walk a woman out.
You should anyway.
You should anyway.
And besides, she was the artist that just played, and I was like, holy.
All the more
dude,
reason.
all the more. Pie à la mode, à la mode, je le connais bien. So I walk out to her van and put the thing, and she kissed me on the cheek.
Oh, man.
I know. And I walk back, and Vicky, I think, where were you? I went to the bathroom. Oh, okay, I didn't have that. I didn't. No, hell no.
I walked the singer out. She kissed me.
It would have been a misunderstanding.
Yeah, well, in the moment.
But I remembered that moment, and she went on to be a singer-songwriter, and wrote songs for a bunch of people. I want to. She was, in the Jackson Browne world and all that stuff.
really?
Look her up. I'm not saying a crush, but the woman kissed me on the cheek, and it
Clearly made
festered
an
and-
impression.
of course it did.
Clearly.
Dude, I don't know how old I was, but I was a teen.
Old enough, evidently.
Old enough to know better, but too young to care. What? Anyway.
Well, it's meeting those people in life at the shows, and your fans, your friends, the performers you get to work with. That just make it all worthwhile.
It does, yeah.
In the long run. It's just
Can
amazing. What?
I want to ask you a question.
You want to ask me a question? What do you need to know?
What was your first concert?
Long Beach Arena. Let's see. I graduated high school in the age of.
No. There's no age here. We don't do the
Okay.
age.
All right. I was going to date it to a year, but I'll tell you that basically it was a three-piece. It was Creedence Clearwater Revival,
Cool.
the Grassroots, and Sir Douglas Quintet. In that order. Creedence was headlining.
Wow.
Yeah, so Sir Douglas opened up.
So
Grassroots.
I don't know that much about Sir Douglas Quintet. I remember seeing the name.
Doug Somm.
But Grassroots, holy
The Grassroots. I mean, I know that, and now I really dated myself even from saying the Grassroots.
Midnight Confession.
Midnight Confession.
God, man.
And it wasn't like I was a huge fan. I was there to see Creedence Clearwater because to me that's kind of what I knew at that time.
And did Creedence? Is it before Proud Mary?
It was during that time.
Okay.
I mean, it was when Creedence was in full swing.
Dude, to this day.
So it had to be like 72, 73.
We don't do.
I'm not saying how old I was in that
we
point.
don't do timelines here
all right,
at the Eric Martin
It was
Show.
a long, long time ago.
So to this day, when I hear that up around the bend,
when
I hear that lick,
exactly.
no, Fortunate Son.
Oh, Fortunate Son.
No, those two licks, up around the bend is like, or is that Fortunate Son?
I'm trying to think of the lead-off notes, but I
that's Fortunate Son.
Yeah.
Some folks are born, but up around the bend, like
one of my favorite songs.
I can't remember how it goes, but anyway, those two songs are just great rock and roll.
It's classic stuff, man.
Yeah.
I grew up on that,
So I have more questions.
You do what?
So
should we switch seats?
Should we switch silver tongues?
No.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
It's too early for that.
Yep. So I brought. Well, I mean, my girlfriend's mother brought us, but I brought a girl to see America. Did you have a girlfriend with you? Did you?
I honestly don't remember. It was the 70s, and I honestly don't remember.
Come on, she had hairy armpits.
I think
that hung down like spun gold from her.
She braided them. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No, I honestly don't remember. It had to be with my crew.
Okay, cool.
At that point,
your school chums.
Whoever my school chums were at that point, who I hope to see next month, but now I can't go to my 50th high school reunion.
Again, timelines.
I know, I can't help it. It's going to be my 50th anniversary.
50th anniversary
of my high school reunion, and I can't go.
Speaking of that, I want to wish a happy birthday to my high school pal Rick Smith. We had nicknames in school.
What was yours?
Well, we had another guy named Eric. His name was Eric Kapitsky, and he was EOC 1, and I was EOC 2. And Rick was Rick Shaw.
Rick Shaw.
Yeah.
Of course it was.
Rick Smith, one of my oldest high school friend. I have two. Kelly Brock, who changed her name to Connie Champagne, who's a
great stage name.
Great singer. She had a Judy Garland show. She plays in a bunch of musical acts. Connie Champagne, like my girlfriend from the Wayback Machine, a good friend. And then Rick Smith. It's his birthday today, so if you're watching this,
how cool is that?
Yeah, happy birthday, my bro.
And I got a friend out there, Jim Morris, who I went to high school with, who said he was tuning in tonight. Big fan of yours as well.
Hey, awesome. Hey, Jim.
Yeah, and we went to high school together, and I have to disappoint him and tell him I'm not going to be there, Jim. I'm sorry.
Why aren't?
Well, I don't.
Hey, isn't it like all 50-year-olds, a bunch of whiny bitches?
I can't drive that far. No, I can drive there, but I don't want to put that much mileage on my car.
Where is it?
It's in Long Beach.
Oh, for
God's
sake.
It's not that long. I know, but you know what? I don't want to drive my old truck Bubbles down there. And rental cars are like 3 times more expensive. I could buy a car for
why don't your high school chums and you, first of all, every time I say the word chum, I giggle a little bit. You know? Anyway,
that was my engineer name when I was working with the band The Mermen.
I remember the Mermen.
Yeah, the Mermen. I was their engineer, Chum. I figured it worked great for a fishy band
remember
like the Mermen.
I have a demo of the
San
Mermen.
Francisco, yeah. Jim Thomas.
Anyway, we're getting off track. This is off track betting.
There is no track.
Off track betting.
It's hard to know which way the train's going by looking at the track, Eric.
All aboard, choo-choo, in a midnight train, Long Beach. Anyway, so Jim, why don't you and your high school chums get together and do like some sort of like like an old school bus or bus, and bring.
That's what we need to do. Or maybe we could all hop on a train.
Bring Professor RT down here. Oh look.
Yeah, we're on a train right now. All we need to do is hop this train, Eric, and we'll be down to Long Beach in no time.
Okay, let's just do train things. Okay.
Train songs.
I'll just say a train song, and then you tell me the band. Okay, really? On the last train to Clarksville.
The Monkees.
Okay. Train, train, train.
Oh, the soul era.
Actually, it's chain, chain, chain.
It is chain.
Okay.
You almost got me on that one.
Okay.
I would have missed it anyway.
I don't know.
Oh, there's so many train songs. Why didn't we? There's car songs and train songs, but somebody else can tell us out there.
Yeah.
Give us some train songs, please.
The 24-year-old girl. She'll ask her big,
clearly
her big grandmother.
Oh, Sean Oak said the Civic Auditorium was his first concert in 1995 with Ozzy Osbourne.
From me. No, it was the Oakland Stadium.
Yeah.
It was a Day in the Green.
Oh.
And it was Hart, Pat Travers, Loverboy.
Loverboy, love it.
Special guest Ozzy Osbourne with Randy Rhoads.
Ozzy!
And then the opening act was 415.
With Randy Rhoads too, huh?
Yep.
Dude.
Opening act was 415 with later on changed name to Eric Martin Band. I always hated it. Anyway, and it was 10 o'clock in the morning, Oakland Stadium, Day in the Green, and we passed with True Colors. We played our 30-minute set, and we got, fireworks kind of came up.
Really?
Nobody likes the opening act. And Bill Graham, it wasn't Bill Graham specifically, Bill Graham picking up stuff, but some of the people that work for him had like a tweed basket, like a Easter egg basket, and picked up all the confetti and mainly fireworks paper, and they stuck a bottle of Cristal champagne. Cristal, first of all, Cristal. Dom Perignon, Moet Chandon, which is like would take the paint off your boat if you needed to get rid of the paint job. It would be terrible, but we'd still drink it like Happy New Year.
Yeah, that's just it. By midnight, it doesn't matter, does it?
We're 300 on the top 200, 415 Eric Martin Band, and Bill Graham gave us this Cristal bottle of champagne and said, "You made it. You did it." And he did the same thing at the Cow Palace. Dude. We played it New Year's Eve.
Oh, that is a precious story right there.
Great. But anyway, but Ozzy played, and that was the first Ozzy.
Wow. I'm a huge fan. I'm a big fan of Ozzy. Even his TV show. Yes, nobody can lurch around the stage like Ozzy Osbourne.
Well,
lurching is the only one.
Ozzy, granted all those alcohol stories and snorting the ants and chewing the bat head and all the alcoholic, drugged out, crazy stories are funny as fuck, right? Yeah. Funny as hell. But he was consistent. He lived it.
Yeah.
He
owned it. He owned it.
Yeah.
He owned it. I mean, he was.
And he loved look, he was all pretty high all the time.
Did you get a chance to meet him?
No, I never met him. Never met him.
But you felt it.
But I met Randy Rhoads actually at the Starwood in Hollywood. It was on Laurel Canyon. I was going to say Crescent Heights. Laurel Canyon and Crescent Heights, around that area. The Starwood. One of the. I mean, oh my God! I saw. Van Halen was starting out at that club. When they were younger, yeah.
Oh, really?
But Randy Rhoads was.
Oh, what a talent!
I don't know if he was in Quiet Riot then, but I met his wife. And another one of those kind of Billy Sheehan moments, like, I'm a hairdresser. Who cuts your hair? And I go, I do? Which I still do. Look at this piece. See this chunk of hair right there? Can you guys see this chunk of hair?
Yeah, where'd he go?
Yeah, no, it was like down here, and I was like, oh, fuck. I'm looking around for Joseph, my hair colorist, cut and colorist to the stars, and he ain't around, so I'm like, goddamn, I gotta be on the tiny house. Like an idiot. And
so he brought out a little pair of scissors.
But yeah, Randy Rhodes' wife was a hairdresser.
Oh, yeah.
And she cut his hair, and he was so cool looking. And she goes, I could cut your hair. I'm like, I hope it's for free because I can't. It's either you or me, babe. You know, I got me, babe.
Now Donovan's checking over here, and he said, "Quiet, right." The wife cut hair, which is what you were just saying, right? Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Good to have you on here tonight with us, Donovan.
Oh, Donovan Stark.
I know.
Great songwriter.
We have hopes of getting him in here at some point. He's got a magic bus that is set up for recording, and
he's got a lot of stories.
We're teasing each other with doing some stuff.
I mean, he knows. I mean, all those guys. Even if you got Donovan and Paul Taylor, plays with Winger, you know.
Yeah.
And I just saw him recently. We played a gig together in Pennsylvania, and we took a little picture together, and the big thing we have in common is we were in the same band and Stark Raving Mad. We have a lot of memories. But if you get Paul Taylor and Donovan Stark in here, and then Jay Cosbrook, if you throw a little fruit cup in the mix.
do your Jay Cosbrook impersonation again, please.
First of all, Jay, you know I love you, but like, you know, you kind of sound like that a little when you get a little. Oh, hey, yeah, no, you talk. You're right. I was the same way with a lot of artists, you know, like, who cut your hair? Oh, you cut it. I was kind of a bumpkin too back in the day. Anyway, I love you, Jay. But if you get Jay Cosbrook, you get Donovan Stark, you get my old friend Tony Finucci, who knows another guy who knows everybody. All these guys that I kind of grew up with. I didn't spend many years here, but I spent a good bunch of years to make a lot of friends that I still have to this day.
Yeah,
you know,
clearly.
Oh yeah, I'm the Phelan family, Kelly and Kim and Chrissy and Katie. You know, Tony Finucci. I could name it. Tina Smith, man. I know them all. You know, all the great Nina. Paul, Donovan, all the guys, you know, that, all the guys, and I don't want to name all the bunch of the girlfriends. David Payne.
David Payne.
Oh, man. And Frank Wahlberg, I know you're out there, you know, you big, you oddball. You never come out of your house. I totally get it, COVID, but like, before COVID, you still never came out of your house.
We can always catch us here.
No, but all these guys, they loved rock and roll.
Yeah.
They loved rock and roll so much, and they were inspirational.
That's what drives us, isn't it? I mean, really, it is. I somewhere along the way in high school, I was doing a cover band of Grateful Dead, and I was studying Phil Lesh as a bass player, while I was studying Jaco Pastorius as a bass player, learning how to copy whatever they did, whatever they played. I could try to copy it. And that's how I learned music.
Me too.
Yeah, I never learned dots on a paper. It never made any sense to me.
I always felt uncomfortable telling people when they say, you know, how did you learn how to play guitar or piano? And I wanted to say, like,
you went to Juilliard or something like that?
Yeah, because there's a few friends of mine that did go to Berkeley and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, I learned from listening to Paul Rogers sing and
I can see that. Now that you said that, I understand completely.
Oh, my God. And all the Humble Pie records. Steve Marriott was another, you know, inspirational character. And believe it or not, the Rolling Stones. I mean, I'm a hard rock. Well, no, I've not always been a hard rock guy.
Rolling Stones or Beatles? You know? Rolling Stones or Beatles?
Stones for me.
It was for me too. I appreciated what the Beatles were doing for sure.
I liked when the Beatles. I loved the Beatles harmonies and all those little pop songs and stuff.
Yeah.
But what did it for me was Sgt. Pepper's.
Yeah.
And the White Album. Yeah.
Yes.
And for God,
Who?
You know, no, and Abbey Road, of course, man.
Abbey Road.
I mean, when I heard she came in through the bathroom window, but nobody ever really talks about. That's when I went, oh my God, man, that's rock and roll, you know?
Yeah. That's you know, right around that same time, I had a third band, and part of the fun thing for me to do this kind of format in my little tiny house is bringing people in like yourself. And last week I had I had a show that was based off of the Sonoma County Northern Engineers, our live county engineers in Sonoma County. And I brought in Ken Braziel, who's one of our notable engineers in the county, and I brought in Howard Burke, who was the engineer for one of my favorite bands in the world when I talk about the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, and that's Little Feat.
Yeah.
And for me, that was just really fun because Howard's a blessing anyway, and he's so much fun.
So
Little Feat, I love Little Feat, I really do.
I got a Little Feat story.
I'll bet you do.
No,
What do you know?
this is all of them.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, well, not Lil George, of course. I mean, I didn't get to meet him, but I wrote a song called, I wrote the book with my partner, Andre. I wrote the book about it here in black and white. I wrote the book of love. It was like, oh man, really good lyrics,
cool.
Total, fun lyrics and stuff. But there's this guy, Bill Ray, who produced one of my solo albums. It was called Somewhere in the Middle. And Bill Ray had just done a Little Feat live album.
Oh.
And he brought the guys in, man. It was Richie Hayward, Fred Taggart, I can't remember. Billy Payne. Oh, dude. And Billy Payne actually played on a couple of my solo albums. Oh, yeah, dude.
He's brilliant.
Brilliant keyboard player.
Yeah, he's crazy.
But the percussion player,
what's his name?
African-American guy.
I want to say Fred? No, that was a guitar player.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm forgetting too.
But he's on it, and so they if you get that Somewhere in the Middle album, if you ever, listen to that song, it's Little Feat featuring Eric Martin. They're all on it,
cool.
Man.
I'm gonna find that one. I'm gonna find it.
And at the end of it, and I'm gonna look it on YouTube, and if I'm on the messenger board, I'm gonna put his name up because he was such a nice person, and just really kind of a bubbly personality.
Yeah.
But at the end, it was like, I wrote the book about it here. I wrote the book. And he goes at the end of the track, and they left it. It's a long, Little Feat. I mean, it's a fun 6-minute tune
Could
easily.
be anything.
And they're jamming out, and he goes, "Show feels good," right? And he played percussion too, but like that part kind of went like, "Oh man, that made it for me."
Yeah.
Show feels good.
I can't remember his name. Somebody's gonna have to tell us the percussion
Killer.
player for Little Feat. Look it up, please.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. No, they just struck a really good rhythmic groove to me. I mean, they were doing things that were, of course, reminiscent of, the South to some degree, and that kind of a Southern feel to New Orleans.
Well, I mean,
of course.
if you liked the Dixie Dregs after that,
Of course.
obviously, Little Feat was,
Yeah.
put a little spark in their
I love
step.
the Dixie Dregs. That's a really good reference to Little Feat.
Man, I love the funk and the soul and that's why I kind of like the Stones when I was growing up.
Yeah, it's true.
It wasn't just 3-chord, punky kind of rock and roll songs. Later on in life, when they had that album, was it Black and Blue? Like, hey, Negrita, or was it Black and Blue?
Was it Black and Blue? I forget.
I think it was Black and Blue.
It might have been.
But on the album, Some Girls and all that, I love the funk, Zydeco-y rock and roll songs.
Yeah. That's what attracted me to him too.
Yeah. And even when I was such a big Jagger fan, then you had Steven Tyler, and that's another guy. So
Aerosmith. I mean,
I don't know why I don't mention Steven Tyler that much. It's because it's in my brain, and it's almost like a well-kept secret in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Steve Marriott, and my biggest idol in the world is Paul Rodgers, but Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
And they all write some great songs, but Steven Tyler was such a cool arranger. I just heard this version of, ironically, come full circle.
What?
Brown Sugar.
Oh, really?
With him and Nuno Betancourt. Oh my God, I just heard it. I think it's from 2008, but I just heard it on YouTube today.
Oh.
And it's an amazing, obviously, Steven Tyler arrangement.
Right.
Maybe Nuno had something to do with it, but God, Tyler is just the best.
You know, yeah.
You know?
And the whole band, frankly. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
You can just there's a lot to love.
We Mr. Big, we did a Mr. Aerosmith tour in Europe. Oh, dude, I don't want to say I know everybody.
No, but
I
it's,
don't.
you know, and it's been somewhat like that for me engineering. I've
Yeah.
audio engineered so many of my favorite performers. And I've had
Oh, yeah.
relationships with them because of that. I'm wearing a Ronnie Montrose shirt today.
You know what?
That's right. Here, hold it up right here for the folks to see on this camera.
Guys,
Here,
can
I'll
you
hold
see
it.
this?
I'll hold it. You can talk about it.
Well, you can talk about it. This is your thing.
Well-
first of all, now who would this be right here? The character.
Well, the character actually came to me because I got a friend into the show for free to a Y&T show at the Mystic Theater. They do 2 shows a year, you know, for like 12 years. And so he wanted to get in. I got him free passes. He appreciated the show so much. He painted me this picture.
Yeah.
This is his rendition of what was going on that night at the
Exactly.
Y&T show. So I started bringing it back every year to the guys in Y&T and the crew and everybody.
and the opening acts.
And the opening act, anybody who anybody who was related to the show signed it, and we were going down through.
Oh, man,
You know,
I
you
just-
were better at it than me because you know more of these people than I do. I mean, I was going
well,
down.
you got Mike Vanderhool,
Yeah.
drummer of Y&T. You got Steph Burns, guitar player. You got the best. This I spotted this right away.
Phil.
Phil Kennemore.
Yeah, Phil.
I can't find Dave, man.
Dave-
but-
I know Dave
you got
McKenny's in
Brad Lang, bass player that played.
Yes, yes.
He's one of the Y&T alumni.
Yeah.
Alumni.
Yeah,
Alumni.
alumni.
Chris Roberts, who was a
Chris
guitar
Roberts,
tech.
guitar techs. I got their lighting. Randy up there is their lighting guy.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And all my
Oh,
engineers,
oh, oh.
Cricket, Travis,
Tom Size.
Tom Size.
Dude, right there, Tom Size, who
yeah.
engineered pretty much all the Mr. Big records, along with
Fantasy Records, Berkeley.
Actually, did you know Wally Buck? He was an engineer at Fantasy. He actually engineered our first album with Kevin Elson.
Yeah.
And then all the albums after that was Tom Size. And then Tom was in the mobile truck doing the live recordings when we did all the live records.
Right.
But Kevin Elson was our sound engineer. Michelle Pettinato worked for us for 10 years. Brad Maddox, who worked for Rush, and Brian Adams was our sound engineer. But Tom Size, R.I.P.
You can't say enough good things about Tom. For me, engineering, I never got to mix Y&T because obviously Tom did, and for me it was just magic watching him, and I stole every trick, man. What's he doing with that kick drum? I want to know the Tom Size kick drum. Just don't clean your mix up when you're done tonight, Tom. Just walk away from the board.
You know, don't quote me on this, but the only thing I didn't like about the mix, oh God, and I should be shot. Man,
What?
That it was loud. It was too loud. And no,
Y&T,
I know.
man.
I'm a hard rock guy.
He's trying to keep up with Dave's guitars.
Bad singer, but I'd be in the audience, and sometimes it would be just first of all, Dave Manichetti's screaming guitar solo.
Right.
I don't care how loud it is; it's great. But and it was a great mix. But sometimes, oh fuck, I'm totally burying myself. I can totally see Mike Vanderhool going, shut up, pop, But I thought it was too loud at some times. Not at the Mystic Theater, but there was a couple gigs where I went like, oh, does it have? Actually, I opened to them at the Fillmore with me and Mark Slaughter. We were playing an acoustic show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it was a great show. But I remember coming up to Tom, goes, you're totally like an old man going, does it have to be so loud? I can't hear the singer.
You're one of those guys.
Like, I couldn't hear Dave. Dave is my man.
I know.
I want you to rescue. I wanted to hear it. Dirty girl.
That's a really good Dave Menichetti impersonation. That's not even an impersonation. You were so close.
Oh, no.
That's learning.
When we were at the Mystic Theater, you know how the dressing rooms are sort of, what do they call it, joined? Or,
Yeah, there's the main green room and a smaller one.
But we share a bathroom.
Right.
And so Manichetti would be in there doing a vocal lesson, and his vocal lessons are basically singing the set. And I'd hear him going, I want you to rescue me. Well, and all that.
He's
that
in the bathroom
Otis
warming up.
Redding, and I'm like, Eric, don't you have to go to the bathroom? I can't feel my penis. I can't feel anything down there. Shut up. Man, I can't he's singing. You know. Anyway, yeah. I can't feel my penis. That's gonna fucking haunt me. But
He actually said that.
yeah.
That's
But
hilarious.
dirty girl. Or like Black Tiger. Or like, I woke up this morning with a trash can head. I love that shit, man.
I want that for my sampler pad.
Beautiful dreamer. It's actually lower than he would do it.
Oh.
But he dumbed his vibrato down actually from the old days. It wasn't.
He probably had to some degree, right? I mean,
I don't, well, his voice changed a little bit. He had a lot of vibrato on that first, especially that first album, Animal Woman, you know, or 25 hours a day. Yeah. Dude, I'm totally gonna be. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I already got the job. Yeah. Yeah. I had a good career.
oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
I'm not looking
It's all
over my
It's
shoulder
all over
anymore.
now. No, you don't.
No,
have
no,
to.
no.
I'd love to get Dave in here. We'd have some fun conversations. I'm gonna broach that at some point with him. I've got to contact him. And we have so much shared between the Mystic Theater shows, and we could go off just
and
like
talk
this.
about stories, and the phones would light off.
Yeah.
And or what are they? Light up. The phones would light up. It would be like, you know, pinballs everywhere would be tilting.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Everybody, and that's just the East Bay.
Yeah,
And
no
then-
doubt.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt.
And then Germany would come out. I had the great fortune to open to Y&T in Europe, play an acoustic show, and I think Nyman actually came out and played with me.
Uh-huh.
But oh yeah, and I did this boat cruise one time from Sweden. Where we go? Sweden, Helsinki, Sweden, back and forth. But man, it was like Dokken played. I played with a band. I had a band from Norway that was backing me up. But it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and Y&T played, and there's a bunch of drunk Swedes or Norwegians. They was all fucked up, and they love Y&T, but it's like,
yeah.
But they were drinking that aquavit or whatever that stuff is that just knocks your dick in the dirt if you
3 in
had
the morning
dirt
already. Jeez.
or a dick. And man, they're just drinking away. And I was drinking too, but I was like, oh no, I'm not. I want the crowd. The crowd has to get into Y&T. So I'm like, you know, waking Vikings up. Get up, Y&T's playing. They're like, Y&T, okay. And I'm like, picking him, and I pick them up, and pick them all up, and then, you know, I'm going, yeah, Dave, we're here for you. And I know Dave and the guys are looking at me going, oh, man, we gotta mess with this dude. And I was there just to help, man. And then he's like, dirty girl, and Phil Kennemore goes, reaches his hand out, and I go, hey, bro. And he goes, whoop, pulls me up on stage, and I sing Dirty Girl, like on this rockin' cruise boat from a bunch of drunks, you know, and everybody's loving it. And then he sort of pushes me into the audience, and then they carry me around the boat that felt like a soccer stadium, and they took my shirt off, which is not cool. They're taking my shirt off, and like, you know, my man tits are like flying around, and
It happens to all lead singers at some point.
fuck. Yeah. But like, dirty girl, but he's laughing. Oh god.
It's hard to do the Iggy.
Without Iggy's body.
Yeah, what's it did?
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
oh,
Okay, I have an
what?
Iggy story.
Do you? Okay.
Want to hear
good.
Iggy story?
Yeah.
So I'm opening to Iggy Pop, my band Kid Courage, in San Francisco, 1979, I think it was.
Yeah.
And Iggy Pop's playing, and it's Lust for Life vibe, and man, and there's nothing better like The Passenger. I'm the passenger, and I'll ride. It's like with the Sales Brothers, Soupy Sales Sons,
Really?
Hunt and Tony
I
Sales.
remember they did a band.
Oh
I
my
would
God!
have
it
never
was
have thought of
such
them.
a brilliant, and Iggy was fucking fantastic. So they play their show, and I'm in the circle, and you know my band Kid Courage, they're trying to get in the circle, but no, I'm in the circle with James Osterberg, bro, with Iggy Pop himself, and I'm a huge fan.
Man.
And Iggy's talking to me, and he's like, "Hey man, good to meet you, Eric, right? Eric." And then all of a sudden, Elvis Costello, who's playing the next night, I ain't bullshitting, wait till you hear the rest of the story. So Elvis Costello comes into the circle, and Iggy goes, hey, Elvis, hey, good, I'm so glad. This is the singer that opened up, and he's a man, Kid Kurt, Eric. And Costello's like, hey, good to meet you, man. Good to meet you. I'm like, oh, I'm in the circle.
Costello, man.
I'm the circle of life.
Who's next? Warren Zevon?
I do. Where was Portland? No, anyway, so Iggy goes, I'm going to go to the little boys' room. That's what he says to me.
The little boys' room.
Little boys' room.
How nice.
First of all, he signed an autograph for me that I still have, that I sort of copied. He wrote his autograph, and he drew a heart with like tons of arrows in it and bleeding, and it looked like an artwork, and I've used it. I've done those autographs sometimes, you know. Cool. But anyway, I was waiting. He was going to the bathroom. I'm in the circle, and nobody's in the circle except me and Elvis Costello. And I go, oh man, my band. And I was telling him, my band doesn't like the way I sing. They want me to sing like you. You know, angels wanna wear my red shoes, red shoes.
Yeah.
And he goes, piss off. What the fuck?
Elvis said piss off to me.
I've embellished over the years and said fuck off, but he goes, piss off.
Oh, piss off is better.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? What happened? And he goes, yeah, piss off. And then, you know, I'm looking around for Iggy, you know, looking for a friend.
Save me here.
Iggy never came back. Elvis Costello was like looking at me going, what the fuck am I talking to you for? Walks away. My band goes, hey, dude, Iggy Pop, Elvis Costello. I'm like, I want to go home. I want to go back to the band house on the couch.
Where it's nice and
Yeah.
safe.
Anyway, that's my story. Sad but true.
That's a good one. That's a good one. We've been relating a lot of stories. I better look at my clock over here. Hey, we're at the 2-hour mark.
Well,
how did we do that?
Marathon.
It ain't no marathon. We could go on another 2 hours. I know we could talk another 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, we could do a part 2 later on down the line.
I'd be glad to do a part 2 with you. It might be a part 3 at this point. Well, we'll consider this a part 2 because
everybody wants to go to down. No, I had it practiced in my head with that music. Listen. Yeah. Everybody wants to go to tiny house. Come on. Girl, I'm a Capricorn. What do you call this place? What do you call the Petaluma and
Petticoat.
Petticoat. Because everybody wants to go to tiny house. Girl, hey, I got something to say to you, girl. Piss off. Anyway, oh, God. Yeah, we're at the 2-hour mark.
We are at the 2-hour mark.
We haven't even been looking at the message board as it's lighting up.
Let's go back real quick over here.
All I care about is the heart emojis and what are those, swords?
Yes, there's some swords.
Those are daggers.
No, those are microphones.
I think
that's from Christine Blair. She sent you like 6 or 7 microphones.
Which says...
I hope they're Shure or something great, something you can use. What's your favorite vocal mic? Here's a question I think I'd ask. Do you have one, Techie?
I would say for a recording mic would probably be Shure, 58, 57. I've used a lot of microphones and stuff.
Yeah.
But the one I use live is a Telefunken.
You use a Telefunken?
I do.
Is it because it's German and you like to use German microphones?
Because Germans make really good microphones.
Yeah, the Telefunkens are really good.
It is a great microphone.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I got a
and
wireless mic.
I can see that for your vocal mic.
Yeah.
It's
the best.
It's great stuff.
I don't know why I keep looking down here,
thinking,
is anybody? How's the top of my head look? Hey, that's one way to get ahead. Hey, head for backstage pass. These are all Tyler jokes, by the way.
Are they really?
Oh yeah, Steven Tyler. He was, he'd be like, he was David Lee Roth before David Lee Roth, actually. He'd be like, hey, that's one way to get ahead. You always say that.
Those are the easy jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I think we're almost ready to go.
We are just about. Well, we're going to backtrack just a little bit here because there have been so many people joining us tonight. Thank each and every one of you for checking in and listening to this crazy conversation.
Woo!
Woo!
It's a crazy conversation.
There's a lot of stuff going on. We'll do some more. We'll do some more of that.
Tiny house.
We'll do some more of that right after we read another card.
Oh God!
Go on, pick a card.
Oh God!
What happened to you last week?
Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Who am I to disagree? That's good. This guy's thinking.
You like that one?
I do
I'll
like
take
that.
it. I know. Sing it for me again.
All right. Hi, this is Eric Martin for all the Cheese Factory, and the Casio.
Yeah, sorry to Eurythmics.
Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Who am I to disagree? A promise from Blair strictly. This is hey, all I gotta say is, piss off.
Here's all I have to say is, if at first you don't succeed, skydiving is definitely not for you.
Zip.
Hey!
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Hey, there's 2 left. 1 for you and 1 for me.
Oh, this is just.
Well, you knew this was going to happen. We've been watching a lot of.
That you would be peaking by now.
Who's like? That was long over. I've already peaked.
I gotta tell you something, Professor.
What?
Your fingertips have fingerprints, but your toes don't have toe tips.
Why is that, Eric?
I have no idea.
Now when you leave, I have to take off my shoes and look at my toes and see if I actually have toe prints, because I don't know if I do.
Don't do that.
I can do anything after you leave.
Don't.
It's my tiny world. All right, all I have to say about this is, no matter how much you push the envelope, it will always still be stationary.
Oh, that's good. Dude. Shecky Green.
You feeling that one? You feeling that one? There you go.
Shecky Green, tinted 60s mind. All right. You kids at home, you'll figure that out when you...
Cal Woodyard, whoa, toe tips. Christine Blair, but you can tippy toe. That's right, you can. Kelly McLeod says, "Sing, ghetto boy, sing, ghetto booty, ghetto booty."
Oh, you heard the ghetto booty part. Yeah, I knew you totally dig that.
There's not escaping any of you out there. I can tell. I can tell.
I like my butt, but I cannot lie. I don't know what I'm trying to.
Right now my neighbors in Tiny House are going, "What's going on in there anyway?
What's going on?
What's going on in this?
What's going on?"
It sounds like you've trapped some sort of rock star in your room and made him yell things. What's
going
on in Tiny House?
Hey, I want to give a shout out to a friend of mine and a friend of Kelly McLeod's as well.
Now's the time.
Actually, Kelly McLeod's vocal teacher.
Nice.
Great, fantastic singer. You got to check this guy out. I don't know if you know who this is, but Tony Harnell. Tony had a band called TNT.
Okay.
I can't do it. I don't know the words to it, but like the song was called Intuition. It was like Intuition. I don't know if I knew the rest of the words. It's such a great melodic rock song. But he was in Skid Row for a minute, and he's a great singer. And he's doing some solo shows coming up. I hope you guys check it out. I love the guy. He's like one of my fan favorites right there.
Well, that's cool.
I'm a fan.
Well,
I'm a fan. He's my favorite. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, that's a great way to wrap this show up.
Trying to wrap it up.
I'm gonna try to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up, dude.
Baby.
Wrap it up. You know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna have to happen, though. I'm gonna have to send you back out again.
Or to the fans?
Well, I'm afraid so.
Oh, gee.
I'm afraid so. I don't know if you're ready.
Good.
If you're really ready.
Look at that.
You're really rather.
Look at all them women. Is that for me?
Well, they're out there. They they're out there.
Oh my God. Oh, look at that. They're a little too young for me. I like the. If I close my eyes, I can hear the screams. Everybody sounds the same.
Yeah.
But when I open my eyes, I'm like, I'm a little old for you, kid.
Well, they're waiting. There they are. I've got security to help you out to your limo.
All right. Sure. Am I actually going to try to stand up?
Hey, we're going to have to at some point.
I've been sitting down for 2 hours.
I know. I'm feeling my feet are swelling.
Dude, I'm like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz right now.
One of my favorite movies.
Well, oil me up there, Dorothy. All right. I'm out. Peace out, people.
All right,
Thank
you guys.
Thank you so much for having me, Professor.
We love you.
My headphone hair. Woo, Lord have mercy.
All right, you do that.
Getting up. Getting up.
You ready to go out there? You go out there. I'm going to play a little out-track. Folks, thank you for joining Eric Martin and myself here in Tiny House Live. Who loves you?
All to my pals and my
We
gals.
do.
All right. Think big, kids.
We'll be seeing you soon. Adios.
Let's go play house. Let's go play house.
Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live.